Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'd like to welcome you here to TopstepTV for opening call, and congratulations. Yes, you are at the right place at the right time. We have an exciting, informative, and educational programming for you today. Yes, Friday, the 15th of September. Today and throughout the week, we're going to be your trading buddy, your trading mentor, your newscaster, your fellow trader, and even sometimes that voice in your head that says, hell yeah, it's Friday. So get yourself ready for some top-notch, up-to-date market trading knowledge with our good friend John, a.k.a. the Hoagland, with opening call. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, Eddie, and welcome, everybody. Team Topstep here. It's opening call. Capital Preservation Friday. Always thinking about context, risk management, and patience. From where I sit, how are you this morning, Eddie?
From where I sit, I think it's the same thing, and I'm doing very well. We had a wonderful week of a lot of education, knowledge, and just some camaraderie with some good friends. Good stuff. Now, hitting the wire here, a word on the street, a big word on the street about these U.S. auto workers going on strike. The big three: Ford, General Motors, and you think it would be somebody that we would know, but I had no idea. Stellantis NV. You ever hear of them? Stellantis NV, John?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
It's, do you know what car companies?
Yes. More Chrysler.
Yes, and Fiat.
Yeah, right.
You got your Dodge, Opel, Citroen, Peugeot. So they're going on strike here. So we got to watch for that. That's something very big here in the States. Also, interest rate hikes. Talking about some of these chip-equipped firms, and also with these automakers dropping pre-market in trading. So, Applied Materials, Lam Research, KLA, they fell 2%. Now, that has to do with Taiwan's TSMC. That's the world's top chip maker. And they're having an issue with delivery delays. So that's what's sort of weighing down the NASDAQ as we see it here now. So we'll watch for that. What do you got, Johnny?
Well, one moment, Hoag, if you could be so kind. I think you have that robot sound issue they're telling me.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, so if you want to sign out of Rendezvous and then sign back in, I'll go to Eddie. You can rant for a few seconds.
Oh, man, what's going on here?
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to continue then. Well, what they're saying is move aside NVIDIA. What do you mean move aside NVIDIA, man? You guys are top of the hill. Well, there's a new player in town, and its name is ARM. We were talking about this yesterday, that the stock went up 25% in a day. Okay, we mentioned it yesterday, and there's going to be a lot of FOMO among investors, fear of missing out, of jumping on that stock. So that might explain why the shares look like they will jump again today. So if you got some money in the back pocket, take a look at ARM. I think it was they opened up at 51 yesterday. I'm not sure where it is today, but if you know what it is today, post it in our YouTube chat. I'd like to know. I'd like to know. I got the FOMO missing out. John,
moment of truth here. Let's see what he sounds like.
How do you sound, Johnny?
Hoping we're doing well. Just going to touch base on the economic numbers this morning. We all know it's used to be quadruple witching. Now it's more like a triple witching hour. We've got a lot of expirations. As far as indices, we know that our indices are going to be expiring the end of the day. Thank you very much for letting me know that the sound is now good. At 7:30 this morning, we had the Empire State Manufacturing Index. They were looking for it to come out lower. It actually came out a little bit higher, 1.9. That is expansion. That is positive business in the New York State area. Probably why we've seen our equities come off a little bit. We also had import-export prices. Without going too much into the numbers, month over month, a higher number. So it also possibly indicating some heating up of inflation. The month over month wasn't so bad. 8:15 today, we're waiting for industrial production. And at 9 o'clock, the University of Michigan consumer sentiment is due out. And that's it for our economic numbers. A couple of notes. Today is the end of rollover. You won't have to hear me say that again, probably, as far as equities are concerned for 2.5 months, which is always a blessing. Today is the last day to trade October in crude. If you've already moved to the November X contract, that's fine. Volume is still slightly higher in October. I expect that to switch by the end of the day. Either contract is fine. We're going to be focusing on the October contract here. Currency traders, you should have been trading the December contract yesterday, certainly today, and moving forward for the next 2.5 to 3 months. So end of equity roll, October crude, November Monday, and currency traders should be trading the December contract now.
Right.
As far as the VIX is concerned, it's flat. Dollar index flat, but above 105, and the yield on the 10-year up a little bit this morning, 4.3%.
Just a reminder, D's is Z, all right? That is the code for Z. And November is X. X marks the spot. Speaking of X, oil was on track for the third week of weekly gains. Mm-hmm. And once again, our good friends in Saudi Arabia, production cuts combined with the optimism that the Chinese economy is finally turning the corner. What corner that is, I'm not sure, but that's what they're telling us. And also, John, that we did have some of the Fed talk about rates again. I think that this is like an everyday thing. And the bets on the Fed's holding rates steady until September 20th, that's remained at about 97%. So, but still, you got that 3% in there. 3%.
Yeah, so, well, they're pretty sure we're going to get a rest in interest rate rises, but November meeting isn't looking so rosy. We'll probably see another interest rate rise in November. So
right, yeah, my bookie's putting that at 65%.
Your bookie,
the bookie. Hey, real quick here before we go to the charts. On this day in 2008, remember that way back?
I remember it well.
Do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
Share with us.
Well, one of the oldest firms in the financial industry fell apart that day. That's the day Lehman Brothers fell apart. It was right about the same time as Bear Stearns. They also fell apart. Two of the oldest companies in the country, really, and never expected that.
Right. And it used to be Shearson Lehman. And on the trading floor, this was the handle for Shearson. And then what did they do? They did the brothers, like Smith Brothers.
Yeah, it was like this for Smith Brothers cough lozenges.
Because if you ever see the Smith Brothers, they all got beards. Yeah. That's why. So, all right. And then another thing, too, for everybody out there that you can play Powerball, it is at around 600 million. So go out there and get your tickets today because you never know. Can't win if you don't play. All right, Johnny.
Right. I'm going to get mine. I'll take $600 million. No problem.
Oh, I got Michelle. She's got the tickets already.
Fix me right up.
If I win, we're throwing the biggest party you've ever seen.
And I will be there.
You will be there, right next to me.
And all of you are invited too.
All of you.
I just invited everybody.
That's okay. With 600 million, that's okay.
Yes. All right, jumping into the charts.
What do we got?
All right. This is the December contract. This is the new contract. Volume yesterday was not all that impressive on that upside move up to weekly kickoff high and a test to it, a little bit above, really not showing too much acceptance. It did, however, get achieved. That was more of a target yesterday than an entry because it took all day for the market to get there. Now, we rollover is ending. Yay. Volume yesterday in futures, not all that impressive. It was a little bit higher on the New York Stock Exchange, which is encouraging for potential continuation. We did see some evidence, possible evidence of longer time frame inventory adjustment in the negative delta, the delta divergence that occurred yesterday, kept me from taking anything short after about 9:30 was when we started to notice that divergence. I remember telling Andre that I wouldn't sell the market yesterday with anybody's money because of that divergence. So let's move on to the 30-minute chart here and take a look at how yesterday played out. So we opened with a gap. We closed the gap, basically taking price to the value area high from the previous day. Still short time controlled at this point. When the market respects these short time frame levels, you can expect the shorter time frame speculators to be more in control. But as the day went on and Delta became increasingly negative, it became apparent that there may have been some sort of longer time frame inventory adjustment bringing us up to that weekly kickoff high yesterday. The market attempted to leave a late spike at the end of the day. It did not succeed. It's opening, well, is going to be opening below these levels up here, below weekly kickoff high, this overnight auction, but basically failing to maintain prices above. Now, the adjustment in longer time frame yesterday, it could have been short covering instead of new longs coming in. We do see that we added 33,000 in open interest, which would indicate new longs, but remember it's rollover. That is going to be a little bit blurry. Most of that increase in open interest did occur in the December contract. So there's a hint of buyers in longer time frame adjusting inventories up here. I don't know if they're going to be real happy with that. What did we achieve? We closed the gap yesterday. That became supportive. We got through this old gap that a lot of folks have been looking at. I know Patrick Weiland was looking at that earlier in the week, saying we got to close out that gap, which we have now done. We tested to and are so far showing no acceptance above weekly kickoff high. We see that the market has turned to the downside here after the economic numbers. It's opening in range and inside value from yesterday. This always lets me sit back a little bit and look for better trade locations as the day goes on. There's not a huge change in the perception of value here. Settlement was here. We didn't have any overnight inventory until the numbers came out. If this is shorter time frame traders selling into this, we're going to see how that plays out for them. If they get too short and we don't see continuation to the downside, they may have another kind of inventory adjustment, similar to what we did yesterday. We opened higher. We adjusted inventory. Overnights were all long. We adjusted those inventories before the market put its pure move to the upside together yesterday. Looking at the profile, it was in essence a normal variation extreme day. I'm calling it a normal variation trend extreme day. The market moved higher all day, and the point of control is in the upper quarter of the profile yesterday. That's what makes it extreme. So there was certainly some buying coming in, be they short covering or new longs. We're not seeing any acceptance above. I can look for these levels up here for opportunities. Let the market open. Let the early range establish itself. And to me, I'm going to focus on those extremes.
Hey,
okay,
John.
Yes.
What do you mean by delta was negative?
Okay, so this is a kind of a longer time frame discussion, but when we think about delta and futures, it's in essence the number of contracts that trade on the bid would be positive delta minus the number of contracts that trade on the number of contracts that trade on the offer. In other words, buy market orders are positive delta. Each contract that trades on the offer adds 1 to delta. Then you subtract the number of contracts that trade on the bid, which is negative delta. So when you think about, we had negative delta all day yesterday. The market order sellers were prevalent. You would think aggressive market order sellers would move price lower. When they don't, that can be an indication of a longer time frame presence in the market that you don't want to fight. Okay, So I took a long about here yesterday. We got stopped out. I managed to get back in at one point and took a little bit of this ride to the upside. But when we saw that negative delta yesterday, and usually it's not that important during rollover, it's a little bit blurry like everything else. But it was pretty stark yesterday. So I was relatively confident that this market was going to continue the push to the upside and close near the highs, which is what it did. So that's a great question and something we're going to talk a lot more about as time allows. And we're going to see this happening in markets in real time during fast markets.
Cool. I'm up for that. All right. Swing over to our speedster, NASDAQ. NASDAQ daily coming up here for you NASDAQ traders.
All right, here's the daily chart. Now, as Eddie mentions, if you're ever questioning what chart we're on, it's right here. This is the one-day chart, daily chart.
Watermark. Yeah.
Right. So as in the S&P, as it goes to the NASDAQ, we were coiling. We tested the weekly kickoff high a couple of times, including last night. It has not been showing any signs of acceptance above. Something unusual that I don't see that often is the NASDAQ had that negative delta yesterday as well. Usually I only focus on the S&P delta. The NASDAQ also ended the day with negative delta, which indicates potential new positions or exiting positions. And the NASDAQ added 1,400 in open interest yesterday. Again, that can be rollover related. It's very difficult to distinguish what's going on when the volume is split as much as they are during roll. So weekly kickoff high achieved. That's going to be pivotal for us today if it is approached. Take a look at the 30. So here's our overnight inventory, a little bit long. Inventory adjustment far deeper in the NASDAQ than in the S&P, as we were looking for an opportunity to buy value low from the previous day. We didn't quite get there. So remember, what doesn't happen can be as equally, if not more important than what does. We put in the low, negative delta started coming in and price started moving against it. So again, a kind of a normal variation trend day extreme with the point of control in the upper quarter of the profile. Overnight inventory, until now, we really haven't had any overnight inventory. We may be getting a little bit short if this is short time frame traders. But again, if we open in range and inside value, try and stay patient. Some better trade locations are likely to come as the day goes on. And don't forget, we still have industrial production at 8:15, which just came out, and the 9 o'clock Michigan sentiment. So Michigan sentiment might be something that might knock us around a little bit. We'll have to see what happens. But it is Friday. It is Capital Preservation Day. Everybody should, hopefully have a little bit of money in the bank by noon today, and then call it a day and do some things around the house. Go have some fun. Do something nice for yourself as well as something nice for somebody else.
That sounds good. That's a plan.
All right. Crude.
Oh, goodness. Got a little heavy today here, crude. Crude on the downside. Actually, most of our markets are heavy here today. Looking at the bear.
Yeah, so we are still showing one-time framing activity, even though we're off the highs from today. One-time framing activity is when every daily bar has a higher high and a higher low. We took a little rest here. We're starting to do the same thing. Every day has a higher high and a higher low. So the trend is certainly showing to the upside. We lost 5,000 in open interest yesterday. Rollover. Disappointing. Volume is remaining relatively well in the October month here. So we did bring in some volume yesterday. It's about the same as it was the day before. We see the volume moving into the November contract, but not as much as we might think. So we still had some pretty decent volume on that up move yesterday. Now let's take a look at the channel that we put up here with
channel.
Dan So Crude. So he's looking for the opportunities to look for maybe some shorter term shorts up against the upper channel here, we might get a chance to see if we can get an opportunity at the low side of the Daniel that we're looking at here. Where are we as far as overnight inventory? Nothing to really speak about. The market looked up at that level, rejected it, still rejecting it. The market opened at high of value. Let's make this a little bit bigger so everybody can see. Market opened at high of value from yesterday, all the way through the value from yesterday, looking lower. So I would not be fighting this move until there's some sort of structure, and this trend line, as we call it, the Daniel, the low of the Daniel on an upside trend, can be a decent opportunity for an execution. Always remember, trade as close to that point of where the trade proves you wrong as you can. It's all about risk management, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
The profile yesterday, normal variation, neutral stance. It makes sense that the market is now seeking different price levels to facilitate trade. It did a lot of trade facilitation here yesterday. Now it's looking for new levels to find buyers and sellers where they can meet. Okay?
Thank you, John. How about that precious stone? Could kick it into gold right now.
Into gold here.
We were watching that yesterday too. Yesterday had some decent moves.
Yes, and it really did not accept below this trend line, below this 200 session moving average. Look at the low here on the daily bar. It is showing some pretty good excess. Price got too cheap. Sellers wouldn't sell it anymore. Buyers took over, and they are still in control. You can look to the left anytime you have a question about this. Here's a similar situation. Price comes down, looks lower, rejects this excess on the bottom here, indicates a potential move in direction, which it did here. So it seems to be here. When we do fail on a breakout of this magnitude, the probable target for a rotation would at least be up to weekly kickoff high 1956. Is that right? 1965.
That was a good year.
1965. That I must have moving these charts around. So there's 1965. There's the trend line. So a true rotation on a failure of a breakout of this magnitude could bring a rotation back up to 1965, or even this trend line. How about last week's high? Kind of a target-rich environment up here. So my big idea for a big move breaking out was quashed yesterday. Here's the 30-minute.
Sorry about that.
Hey, it happens. It happens. You know, we are humans. We are in the market's environment, and the market is the boss. So there's our breakout potential acceptance below, the push to the downside, and the stiff rejection by the end of the day, back above this trend line. Now it looks like we're heading. Is this correct? 1938. Yes, that's weekly kickoff low. Just making sure my numbers are right here. We left the gap. We have now recovered the gap. These gaps tend to get filled, if not right away, eventually. We've got a naked volume point of control right up here from 1946.70. I would say it's a pretty good chance we're going to probably get to that. What makes this just so difficult is overnight longs continue to get paid. How do I get into a move of this magnitude so early in the day without adding risk? And we may take a look at what the volume profiles look like in fast markets to see if we can find a way into this move.
Hopefully we'll do that.
Tough to get into directional markets.
All right, Johnny, thank you very much. 1965, I'm watching that level. That's going to be my favorite level today. 1965, the doctor was telling my mom to push.
Yeah.
push.
Yeah, that is a long ways away. But like I said, the rejection of price below this level, back above weekly kickoff, the rotation is logically to the other extreme of the area of balance, which is that 65 to this trend line up here as well.
All right, my friends, coming up next here, go grab yourself a coffee, a new tea, bourbon on the rocks, juice box, whatever. We're going to take just a few here right now. We're going to come back with Fast Market with Michael Patak and John Hoagland.
Take your breath.
You're on.
All right, welcome back, and hey.
Does everybody know what time it is?
Yes, it is time for Fast Market, and we've got Happy Friday, Michael. Happy Friday, John.
I saw our opening call up there, but guys, we were in Fast Market. We didn't warp back 30 minutes before the open, which everybody should be on opening markets 30 minutes before the open. We're at Fast Markets right now, Eddie.
Right, Fast Market, ready to do some trades. We got 2 on the clock here before we do open up here, so we will get ready here. But let's hopefully see if we can get some decent trades here on a Friday.
Yeah, we already got. What were we talking about? Matt and
I like the nameplates that were on there for a minute. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, throw those back on there. It's badass. Matt Anaya, what's up, Anaya? Fast flips. Faces already ripped. Brian Overcash. Faces. I know the sell-off.
Look at that. Look at
the
that.
sell-off's
Nice.
happening. It might be an active day.
Here, let's get our horses in the gates inside a minute, and we'll be watching here for the opening bell.
Oh.
Michael, I'm going to put the NASDAQ up for you here.
Put it up. Put it up. Let's do it. Now, right out of the gate, I hate today. I'm just going to throw it out there. Why? Triple witch or quadruple witch?
Well, it's kind of triple witching now. There's no more single stock futures that are expiring in the U.S. They're not U.S. based anymore, so they're not on the list anymore.
I'm going to go with some names that I see on here. What's up, Sarah Hecker? What's up, Matt Anaya? Travis from Chicago? No, Travis from Chingo.
Out there today.
Travis Chingo. Fred Decker. What's up, Fred?
Freddie
I remember hanging out with Fred about 10 years ago at Topstep meetups.
Yeah.
And we are open, and they're spinning around the turn.
What's up, Brewster? All right.
See what happens here.
All right, here we go.
GM. Hyper Trading. Brody, what's up? Andy, what's up? Bear goes long. Ooh, bear goes long. It's confusing. I like it.
Heavy across the board here. Still, let's see if we get some recovery here. John, what numbers did we have today again?
Well, we got value low here in the NASDAQ, which is 15,610, right about where we are. We also have that 200 session moving average coming across just about the same place. I'm watching the opening ranges here, so we can see if there's a breakout of the opening range where that opening range remains either the high or the low, at least at the very beginning. But the market has come off the high. We're holding some very fresh overnight inventory that may be holding shorts, and we're basically trading in value at the border of value. So this usually tells me I'm going to try and be patient, and a better trade location is likely to come as the day goes on. The NASDAQ has broken out above the opening range, and it is a 19-point opening range. So some considerable risk to take that trade.
Which trade?
A long above the opening range.
A long above the opening range. And the opening range is where again? Right here.
The opening range high is 620, right here, right about where this 610 is the low of value from yesterday.
610 is low.
Has not broken out of that first minute range yet.
Whoa, Nasdaq's getting a little. It's like getting a fish on the hook, just whippy air. We have to get Patrick back on here. See what type of fish he's caught. So I've never really caught a fish that's a vicious one besides a largemouth bass, but that's out of Nebraska. We didn't catch too many other bigger fish. Point of the story is it's whipping all over. So if I had it on the line, so I don't know.
Well, it is. It's doing exactly what you're talking about. I mean,
yeah.
It's
The good thing we didn't take any longs in the NASDAQ. It has now taken out the low of the opening range. It is below value. This 200 session moving average is interesting. And the overnight low, Michael, is 592 and a quarter. 592 and a quarter. Let it go back. Let it go through there if it's going to.
Like butter, John. Like butter. Boom. Watch the butter. Told you.
Here we go.
Butter.
All right.
So throw a pull in there.
How low can you go?
Right? Yeah. Throw a pull in there some point. What we're all thinking. I'm going to tell you right now what we're all doing. What we're all doing on tilt is 37% of you are long, 62% of you are short on NASDAQ. So
makes sense.
Yeah, if it's 60-40, if you want to go both of them at big round fat numbers or whatever you guys call it.
Still pretty close though,
Yeah, 60-40 to the shorts.
Yeah. I mean, considering what we're seeing here in the last 3 30-minute candlesticks, people got some faith here.
Yeah, we're running into we do not have any delta divergence here. We are kind of we're putting in low and high volume nodes in the NASDAQ as we continue to move lower.
3 minutes into the morning. And
yes.
We got ourselves one on the hook. Andrew Bowden, I might be coming out to the East Coast with you. Want to fish big. I do.
Hussein Armani wants to know what time frames we're looking at. If you look on the charts, John, can you just sort of circle you can see it right there. NQZ 2023. That's a 30-minute. All right, we're going to be doing the 30 minutes, and then sometimes they go down to the 5 or the daily when we're doing the call.
Yeah. Sandstorm USA, can you put the tilt on somewhere? We have a solution for that. It's coming. That's all I can say right now.
All right, we got a poll out here in YouTube for equities. What's your early bias for equities future? And right now we're sitting on the fence with 50-50, 30 votes.
I told you. I'm sitting on the fence right here with NASDAQ and S&P 50-50. So if the tilt is basically this. See how it's just moving right now, guys? Sorry, not the tilt. The poll. The poll's moving. You can see it as everybody starts voting. 67 votes, 70 votes. That's what I'm seeing, but it's open position. So you guys are all speaking the same language that Tilt's speaking right now. But Tilt will be available at some point once we work out some things. And then you'll be able to see in real time, kind of like this poll, consistently. Boom, 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 all day long. You won't need to say, hey, guys, here's a poll.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Crude's making a recovery too. Crude's watching. Got the bull back in the crude here, 89.72.
Okay, I'm going to zoom out. Time to go out to the satellite, out to the outer space. Let's go to the Google
Earth. To the daily.
Going to the weekly, guys. I'm way out here. Wow.
Now, let me ask you, Michael, why are you doing that?
I like to pull back. You know, when you pull back, everybody's like, oh, how about the line, Eddie? Johnny can't see the forest through the trees. You know what's
right?
That? Yeah. Not you, Johnny. Sorry. Little Johnny.
So here's the weekly in the NASDAQ.
Yeah, there we go. It's just good to pull back. When you start your day weekly, you're like, I already know it's been up since May. You know, look right here. But it's just good to know. See how the weekly that we're in right now, where does this end up? Right now, we're kind of, yes or
range-bound.
Range-bound, exactly. Thank you. On a week,
we got an inside week last week and an inside week this week.
So, what does that? If it's range-bound, it's kind of in the middle of the range, right, John? Ish.
Yeah.
What does that mean? If it's in the middle of the range,
typical of rollover.
Yes. And if it's in the middle of the range on a 30-minute, what do you do? If it's in the middle of a range on a 15-minute, what do you do? Well, I mean, it's not always the best trade location. I'm not saying you don't make trades today, but I'm saying if you're looking at it from this point of view, you're like, oh, it's middle of the range on a weekly. Ugh. Now you go to a daily, and you're like, ugh. It's a higher. It's not even higher. It was higher on on our highs. It could look like it was breaking out of the range of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 days, 15, whatever. But
yeah, I mean, we're putting in lower highs, we're putting in higher lows. Weekly kickoff high in both the NASDAQ and the S&P has proven to be resistant. We didn't really get the opportunity to participate yesterday because it got to it too late. It happened in the overnight today. We didn't get to participate at that level either if we're trading regular trading hours. So now we're kind of sucking wind here, just trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah. Tell me about guys. For all that don't know, the weekly kickoff high, weekly kickoff low, is that the 515 720 in the NASDAQ right there?
Yes.
Okay. So if you do not open up your emails on Monday morning, you are not preparing. If you're here at Topstep and you want to be, you're not preparing because John puts weekly kickoff levels in there every week, hence weekly. On Monday,
yes.
You see it before the market opens. You also should be on opening call before the market opens. You grab that, you open up your Gmail or your whatever, your Outlook or whatever you're using. AOL. You pop open and you read it, and you get a little summary. It's called the weekly kickoff, and then at the bottom it says weekly kickoff levels. And John it came up and touched the 15,720 level. But right now,
like an angel.
Yeah, and then yesterday it came close. So if you're playing the ish game, 15,720 ish around there,
everything is a zone.
Everything's a zone. Then you would have had a really good play if you read the weekly kickoff and go, I like that 5,720 level. John talked about it, and it's kind of up there right now. Why don't I take a short? I've been pretty cold. I'm not hitting pretty well. Hey, this is a little
before
nudge.
You move on. We got to give a little credit to JD. JD puts that thing together every week. Mm-hmm. Good stuff, great information. I mean, I love it. I look for it every Sunday, Monday.
Every Monday.
I read through
every morning. Yep.
JD crushes that. He gets JD is running the JD say hi on the Cryon down there. Cryon or Creon or whatever we call it. I think he's on it right now. The headline, a little headline, NASDAQ weekly kickoff levels. That's
everybody's
JD.
Like, what the hell's a Cryon?
Yeah, I know.
My kids use crayons to color.
I say it wrong. Jack will come in here.
Yeah. It's called a Chiron, you uncultured brutes.
I've always
had the meaning
color. Yeah.
There he is. Hey, it's me, JD.
Yeah, there you go.
There he is.
I call it crying. Jack's been, of course, called the right word. I always get in the meeting. I'm like, hey, on that cryon, let's make it a little blah, blah, blah. So Jack's always like, I think you roll your eyes a little bit, Jack, about it, but I haven't caught you rolling your eyes. But I think it's probably a roll your eye or kind of a word.
I'm invisible, man.
The thing about Jack, he's got an invisible eye roll.
Oh, yes. That's my wife.
He's developed that over the years.
Love me some Jack. Might have some tonight. Jack Daniels, that is.
Hey, not tonight, John, because guess what? TopstepTV ends today, every Friday after Top Quiz, which means we're ending.
Quiz.
Yeah, Chicago time, 11:15, 11:30 is pretty much
Somewhere on there.
Yeah,
Every Friday. Yes.
It's our way of encouraging everybody to say, no more trading. No more.
No chasing money afternoon on Fridays.
No.
Yes.
If you're already down for the week, you're going to bury it even harder. Just in my experience of seeing traders that are down on the week, and my own self who's down on the week. I am down on the week right now. And I do not want to bury it. So that's not why we're stop the show every day at 11.
I'm up just
It's Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah, after party.
It's just like kids getting out of school. You know?
Run into the ice cream shop.
Yo, good humor. Hey.
But my point is, John, you can get that Jack by noon if you want. The other Jack.
That's maybe a little bit early. I'll be in bed by 5. I'm supposed to be going out to dinner with my lovely family for mine and my daughter's birthday, which was last Saturday. She was born on my birthday, so she's coming out to celebrate with me tonight, and so we'll go out to dinner and have a nice dinner and come back. Maybe have a little bonfire in the backyard and have a little time. So we're gonna be
There
nice.
you go. Nice. That's nice.
Yeah, you going to bring the guitar out? Let's jump into the markets, but you going to bring that guitar out?
I have been getting my chops back a little bit here and a little bit at a time. And I'm looking forward to presenting a 2-hour concert one day here on the market, the fast markets. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit. I might bring it out a little bit.
What do you mean?
Family seems to enjoy it, so that's good.
Really? Cool.
Cool. Let's keep talking about that in a sec, because I want to talk about your guitar and musicians and traders and how there is possibly a similarity there, which I think there is, but you would explain it better. But the NASDAQ's
Got really heavy. Yeah.
ripping to downside.
Yesterday's low.
So 8 minutes ago, 43% were bullish and 57%, 58% were bearish. Oh.
So what was that again? 50. One more time.
42 bull, and remember, bull is on the upside, and bearish is on the downside.
I got right now 50, 49, 51, 48. Whatever. I got to tell them around these. Yeah. Mac, if you're listening, let's go hold numbers on our tilt.
Just a reminder today, too, my friends, that we do have some eco numbers coming out here in about a little over a half an hour, but still, we got that Michigan number coming out, and we've got the for you crew traders, High Noon today. That was a good movie, High Noon with James Cooper. Bless you, bless you. Holy goodness, get him off.
Yeah, Michael, be sure to cough right into the microphone.
I'm gonna make sure I get a little closer. That's why I have this like.
Thank you.
Everybody's got it now. Baker Hughes rig count. So that's going to be High Noon today. So just some minors coming up. Figured I'd share the knowledge.
Fred's pointing out that the opening range is still the high of the day in the S&Ps. Fred, how do you feel about the confidence to the downside with the opening range at the low of the day here? We're getting pretty close to yesterday's low. We're already at it in the NASDAQ. We went up to weekly kickoff high. Too late to really participate in any entries there. I looked at it yesterday. That late in the day is more of a target. Overnight, we looked above, rejected. We're rejecting. I mean, this these weekly kickoff levels, as Michael mentioned, I put them together usually on Friday afternoons and get all my stuff together and technical analysis and market profile information and little tea leaves. And I know Rooster doesn't like when I say chicken bones, but I use a little bit of chicken bones on those. And unless they become magnetic, which does happen, sometimes there is a pause in the decision making of the longer time frame, and that's what these levels are meant to point out. They're levels that I think longer time frame traders are likely to adjust inventories. If we saw an inventory adjustment in longer time frame yesterday with that delta divergence, I'm looking at it as more of probably getting out of some shorts. But the longer time frame, they're never just naked, long or short. They're hedging these S&Ps with baskets of stock and against bonds and ETFs and all of the things out there. They have this balancing act going on. So if they're going to adjust inventory as a day trader in the S&P or the NASDAQ, it's important for us to be able to have a context, an area where we think that might happen. And that's what those weekly kickoff levels are meant to represent. Areas with measured moves, technical analysis, like I said, market profile information, tea leaves, chicken bones. Sometimes I even check the lumps on my head. But those levels have a tendency to, yes, what is that called? Phrenology? Where they can tell your future by your growing horn.
Careful.
Yeah. Whoa, Jack! God just came in here. Calm yourself.
He drew the line in the sand.
Yeah. Speaking of line in the sand, where's the areas of importance down here? Lines, John. Again?
Well, we do have a naked point of control. This platform doesn't let me horizontal ray. It doesn't let me keep them because there it is. All right. So this is
extended here.
This is the naked point of control from 2 days ago. Now, if you research these weekly kickoff levels, quite often you're going to find that they are very close to or near naked points of control. Why? Naked points of control are, well, in volume profile, it is the single price that has the highest volume. It's the most traded price. Single price that has the highest, that's highest volume of the session.
Yeah. Single price. So it's like right now, if it's 15,522, the single price that has the largest volume in that day session.
In that day session, correct.
That's the point of that's the naked control.
That is the point of control, and it has not yet been revisited in regular trading hours.
Hey, what's that?
It's been revisited in overnight, but not regular trading hours.
Oh, the green line's the point of control.
The green line it's the point of control from Wednesday.
All right, I'm looking to get something. Oh no, that's well.
You know,
we're just talking about on here. Go ahead, Eddie.
Let me just jump in real quick here. I know that a lot of questions are coming in, and a lot of terms are coming past us we don't understand.
I don't understand what's going on here.
So we're trying to get to as many questions as we can, but ask. That's what we're here for.
And nobody's going to learn all this stuff if you're not familiar with it. Nobody's going to learn this stuff all today. You keep coming to the opening call. You keep coming to the fast markets. You keep coming to group coaching. All of your questions will be answered. I've been looking at profiles and markets for over 30 years. I'm still learning. This is there's no destination to your trading career. It's all journey.
That's why somebody needs one of these. So then you can chip away each day, jab, jab, jab on the game of trading. Take notes, journal. You just heard John talk about point of control. You should be writing that down. That's a good one. Inner Circle Traders here, 30-year club. Hell yeah, I'm on a 25-year club. 25 years since 1997, 1998.
Coach Jay says I take notes every day. Yeah,
there you go.
Even our coaches.
Yeah, you got to put the time in, man. That's what a lot of people like. Oh, I have a mouse and I can click it and click it. Yeah, I know, but there's like so much more that goes into it, and that's where the work. I call my account P90X as a joke because it has my name on it and the brokerage firm. I'm like, hey, make it P90X because I'm going to work on this thing. It's just work, and you're not done in this business till you're done, and you'll never know it ever perfectly. It's always an ever-changing, fun little chess match, I guess.
Yes, it is, and it's what keeps me coming back. Is what is right in the market yesterday might not be right in the market today. Once you get the right answer, it's inevitable that the market is gonna change the questions. Yeah. So it's fun being right. It's even more fun making money when you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, you have to. What I just said, I think is a fact. There is no destination. There is no I've arrived and I don't have to trade anymore until you decide that you're done trading. And because the entire time you're trading is a journey, there is no end to how much you can learn. Not only about markets, but about yourself. I mean, this is a journey of self-knowledge as well as market knowledge. And the more you know about either of them, the better off you're going to be. But like Michael said, he's got that P90X because this is something he works on. If you don't do the work, then don't play. If you don't do your homework, you don't get to go to recess. You're going to have to stay in a recess and do your homework. That's something that I've learned. I can't sit down at 8:29 and think that I'm going to have any idea what to do in the marketplace.
It's like the never-ending puzzle. There's always more to do.
Absolutely. Always more to learn and more to know about yourself. I mean, it's
60,
there's
63
things I'm working on for 30 years that I'm still working on about myself and in becoming a better trader.
65% of folks are long right now in NASDAQ. It's flipped a little bit. So that means folks might be picking the bottoms down here. Be careful on doing that. I heard a lot of folks, saw a lot of folks in here talk about this 525 level. They're looking to get long around here. So that's what I'm seeing in there. You guys have probably seen that as well. Picking bottoms. Oh, yeah. The P90X, somebody's asked about P90X. That's a joke. There's no strategy here around P90X. It's something I named my account. I have my name on my account, and then I go, so when I look at my name, right next to it says P90X.
I think they might be asking what P90X is.
So Jack, why don't you, you got that DVD, don't you?
I know some people that did it. It was like a workout plan that was all the rage, 10 years ago?
Yeah, it was CrossFit before CrossFit, right?
Something like that.
Just watching the video makes me sweat.
Yeah. Sweating to the oldies? What's going on?
Hey guys, I'm down money on the week. I'm looking at the markets. I'm seeing this big sell-off. I'm seeing this big sell-off. I want to trade. But the trader, the long-term 25-year-old, 25 years of trading, Michael, sitting here being like, yeah, you've been doing this game for a long time. Quit looking for things. Let it come to you. So something I'm just kind of sharing this. I would be writing this down right now. Just so everybody knows, that would be my journal entry right now. I called it my stream of consciousness.
Yeah. We talked about this yesterday too. We had Jay on for Coach's Corner. Being afraid to jump back in the pit, or I'm going to say get back into a trade. I'm thinking old school here. And putting that trade on. I mean, is the next one going to be another losing trade? Is the next one going to pull me out of the hole? And you get to that point where you're very indecisive. And sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I got to trust myself. I got to go with my game plan, and you got to just go out there and do it.
Right. Yeah. Dilute the FOMO. AB trader, no FOMO. I have a sign right there. I'm going to show you guys it one more time just because it's kind of fun. Can you see that right there? It says F FOMO on the very top. F FOMO, John. You see that?
Yes.
All right. That said the full word because I'm a big believer and you got to dilute the power of FOMO. And we're making this office so everybody can who's ever in Aspen in the Snowmass area can drop their skis off, whether they're with their family or the kids or parents or whatever, and they can stop in here and put a trade on, say hi and all that kind of stuff. So it's Topstep's trading floor. Hold on, we're selling
put a trade on.
Super. Yeah. So my point with the FOMO, it said FUCK, which I said. I thought that was just fine, but you can see it from the outside. So the landlord here guy goes, man, kids can see it from the outside. I'm like, well, it's a big saying that I have in trading, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, just put the F. I'm like, oh, I'm cool with that FOMO. It's kind of like a locker room type slogan. Don't let FOMO get you to do anything.
You know, we were talking about the weekly kickoff levels a few minutes ago, and there's somebody who's watching the prep was probably watching now. His name's Kevin, and he did a really good article about what the weekly kickoff levels are and what they mean. And if it's okay with you guys, I'd like to put that link into the chat so people can read this article. I think it does a better job of explaining what the weekly kickoff levels are than I can. Is that all right with you guys?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Jay Alexander said the office is killer. I can confirm. Jay Alexander, what's up, James? He was at the office, trading out of the office, not down the hall. How's San Diego? Hopefully you got there safely.
You know what? I want to come out. I want to spend some time over there in that lovely state of Colorado.
We can downhill bike together if you want. It's raining right now.
How do you get back up? Hopefully it's like a lift.
There is a lift. Yeah. They made it.
See ya, Eddie.
Yeah.
Call for a helicopter.
They have helicopter rides out here too. Got it all, Eddie.
Yeah, I'm missing it.
Yeah, nighty night. The Ted Lasso blue. Yeah, I wanted to make this. It's not huge. Again, I'm going to show you guys real quick. There's a Topstep seal, so I put that behind there. We had some folks that helped us design it. There is my bike. There's the chair. There's some desks over there, high-powered laptop or high-powered desktops, and then out there, whoa, is the ski lift. Like literally right out there. So swing by. Hopefully you guys followed that one.
Cool stuff.
But right out that window.
We are branching.
Satellite office.
When we get to Hawaii, Mike, give me a call.
Yeah. Is there any number here in 2 minutes? No.
Nope. But we've got
9 o'clock.
Michigan in about 21 minutes.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
ski in, ski out. It's pretty sick. Bad tuna. Yeah, I know, man. It's not. This is a co-working spot here too, but this is a private office, the biggest one at the very end. So what I do, and you guys will see it this winter, I'll be trading with you guys, and I'll be like, hey, I'm out, and I'll grab these skis right here or snowboard and do a little 50-50, whether it's snowboard or ski day. If it's a lot of powder, like right now it's raining, today would be an incredible day. Friday, it's snowing because it would be snowing.
Mm-hmm.
See ya. It's
been a long time since I skied in Colorado.
Well, there you go, John. You know where I live. Or else you could just be at the base of the mountain with your Jack and Jack, your Jack and Jack, and I'll meet you guys.
I know my son's dying to go. Maybe I'll bring him out there.
Jack and Jack.
He drives like 6 hours on Saturday morning to go skiing for the day, and then drives all the way back. He goes up to some of the bigger places in Wisconsin to go skiing all by himself. He'll just get in his car, go, and come back all by himself. He just loves it.
That's cool.
I mean,
that's cool.
Being a kid, I love it.
He bought himself some skis and a helmet and goggles. He still needs boots.
All right.
Michigan sentiment 67.7, a little bit lower than expected.
A little bit lower. So that means what? Good news, bad news. Let's talk about that real quick.
Bad news is good news.
Bad news is good news. That means
what does that mean? I don't.
It means the Wolverines will win this weekend.
I mean, the knee jerk was up. This was up.
There's a little head fake to the upside on the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
And if you're in long, yeah. And if it starts sitting around here, I always like to call this like growing legs, but I'm not saying anything yet because it's still not even a minute after the news. You got people being like, "Oh shit, it's the number just came out and they're big players," and I bet you they wouldn't say that because they're probably Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, we should just look at somebody's asking about gold. We should take a look. Yeah. So
hey, real quick here before you get to gold, just want to let you know we've got So Crude coming up here. Shoulder tap talking shop with Andre. We'll get Robbie the stat guy, and top quiz will be our last segment for Friday. So we're gonna sort of have our Fridays where that is the last segment of the day. So just a little heads up. And Johnny, what do you got in the gold for those gold bugs?
Well, we've been watching this trend line in this 200 session moving average for a couple of weeks now, and was very excited about any opportunities that may come in continuation below that level. But yesterday we have excess, we have rejection. So on a failed breakout of this magnitude, the probable target is the other extreme of the area of balance, which puts us all the way back up to weekly kickoff high, and that's 1965, or even a test to the trend line, which today would take us up to 1969.10. We talked a little bit on the opening call about trying to use volume profile to get into a continuation move here, which we haven't had the opportunity to do just yet. But Pradeep, do not fight this move. It has the potential to run over everything and anything in its way. Now, that said, the markets love to make a liar out of me, but I'm not selling this at this time. I'm not. And I did not participate this morning on the initial move to the upside. Now, like everybody that isn't, we're sucking wind trying to figure out a way in. And sometimes using volume profile can be beneficial to that. And again, the more time you spend, the more we're going to have opportunities to look at these things in real time and to be able to catch some of these decent moves. I know I haven't been very active because trading in front of God and everybody is relatively new to me, but I'm getting my head wrapped around it. We're going to have some fun. We're going to take some risks, and we're going to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's something coming from our friend Trading Research. Today is not my day. Knew it last night. Don't trade tomorrow. But I did. It's Friday. It's quad witching. There's gaps, bad structure. Just making it hard on yourself. Nope.
Okay. Journal it.
Roll over. Don't forget.
In the journal. Nope.
And then read the journal at the end of the day. Put the journal away. Go play with the wife, kids, the dog, or a significant other, or whatever. Get away. Check out. Don't do anything as far as trading over the weekend. Give your brain a little bit chance to re-energize.
Yeah. If you could go skiing, Michael, you'd probably be skiing already. And we got Gare here, who's also a skier. I think Gare's in Germany.
Hell yeah.
Oh, was ist los?
Guten Tag.
Not
Guten
skiing.
Morgen. Guten Morgen. Well, actually,
Wie ist das Wetter heute?
It's probably evening over there. So guten Tag.
Trading Research, don't trade for tomorrow, Eddie. Over there, I said always trade for tomorrow. My sign. Remember the sign we have? Always trade for tomorrow.
There's put a line between there. He means don't trade tomorrow because it's Friday. Yours is trade for tomorrow, which sort of covers everything.
It covers when you're trading that day. And the big big line, always trade for tomorrow. I've said it. It's like live to fight another day, live to trade another day. Always trade for tomorrow. Nothing that you do today will ever take you away from trading tomorrow. Because that's why, if you're passionate about trading, it's kind of a good way to look at it. Again, to each its own. That's how I like to look at it. Because I've loved trading since I was 18 years old. 44, 18. It's the only thing I ever done, except for a little job. John has never had another job outside of the trading world.
Yeah, and not since, I worked at a hot dog stand in high school, but.
So you're a subject matter expert and running the hot dog through the garden. There you go. Always trade for thanks, guys. Yeah.
There it is.
Anybody know what running the hot dog through the garden means?
Hot dog with everything.
Hot dog with everything in Chicago.
All right, I'm being told that I am getting the gremlins, so I'm going to reset here.
I got your gremlin right here.
60-40 tilt to the long side.
Long?
Yep. For the sisters. The brothers, the sisters. And when I say that, NASDAQ and S&P. And then their cousin crude is at 61% long.
Cousin crude.
Cousin crude. So crude's coming up here. So we have So Crude that comes up. We have Talk Shop that comes up here in the next hour.
All right. This. Do I sound any better? Put the lotion on.
Odd. Wise.
Right. Any better? Eddie Vedder?
Eddie Vedder.
You always sounded good to me, Eddie.
Even flow.
Wow, not bad. I'm a yellow Ledbetter guy.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Real quick here, I appreciate and thank you very much for those that say, "Hey, you know what? Something's wrong." I guess my audio was coming in sort of crazy, like John's earlier.
Yeah.
No, yeah, cool.
Please do. So it's all sounded good on our end the whole time. So this is something I think with the browser. So if someone sounds like a robot, just throw it in the chat.
We're human.
Fix it.
We're not robots.
Gizmo saved you. Gizmo was there for you.
Lose.
Hello. Hello. We got the good gremlin now.
Okay. You got a gremlin? I got Stimpy.
I've always been gremlin.
Stimpy's my gremlin. You blithering idiot.
It's still 60-40. There's nothing 60-40 with the sisters and their cousin. That's the sisters again, the brothers, the siblings, NASDAQ, S&P.
And let's look here. Here's the 5 minute. I want to make sure that the opening range is correct. The opening range is correct. So if we take out the high of the opening range in the S&Ps, that might be kind of a positive sign. It's not a very good trade location, but
No, we might have a trade here, folks.
Yeah, but it's
what are you looking at, John?
It's kind of far off. So using volume profile for entries. Here is the S&P profile. This is the volume profile, right? So here's the opening range.
Hold on, John. What levels do you have down here in the NASDAQ? Just really, really, really quick.
And the NASDAQ. Okay, hang on. Let's go take a look. NQ.
Thank you. New lows. New lows.
New lows. This area of balance has been really organized. So there's no like really good recent naked points of control down here. Let's see here's one that got checked, but it wasn't checked in regular trading hours. So I'm going to extend this 15,410. 15,410 is the next kind of naked point
That was my high
did.
school locker combination.
15,410.
Yeah.
That was a gun. That was a gun that my dad taught me on first time. 410. Then it went up to 12.
Son. See that squirrel up in the tree? Well, don't shoot it. Shoot something else.
I know. I don't.
No.
To each his own.
Anything.
Yeah. We should just find things to kill as kids. That was so bad. Living on a farm is not too much. Well, there's a lot to do.
It sounds like maybe you need a little bit of therapy.
It was one of the 12 gauge. When he gave me the 12, yeah, it was when he gave me the 12 gauge. He's like, try this one off. And my God, your shoulder blows off.
Yeah. Those are a little messy.
So 410, that's a ways. It's a ways away. Man,
that is a ways away. We're kind of looking at this was an opening range here. I don't know how much that's going to help us. The next range low that's in sight is right here. That range low is 15,454. You're looking for a long here, aren't you, Michael?
I'm looking for a trade, and you know what? Like, I don't care if there is no trade here. So I just need to chill out and quit looking for a trade.
Let's look on the NASDAQ here.
I mean, you got 60-40 in the tilt, still the same. We had the survey. If you guys want to do another survey right now, I don't know how easy it is, but like, what's everybody thinking right now? And it's triple witching. It's the end of the week. I'm down on the week. You think I want to take a low probability trade? No.
Well,
high probs only, John.
Yeah.
High probs only.
Yeah. So I don't see that there's a high probability trade in this. However, we've extended B period. Now this, if it remains, is excess. If it remains, it's going to start to look more like structure than just a range extension. So I got to stay patient. I don't want to look for longs in a market that's kind of one-time framing lower. What's one-time framing lower? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 consecutive 30-minute bars have a lower high. Most of them have a lower low. This is multiple time frames acting in concert. You don't want to step in front of something like this until you can find some sort of structure to lean on that'll help you limit risk. And right now, this structure down here, this little range extension that's still part of the initial balance, isn't presenting that kind of structure or even that much risk control. The market is in a trend to the downside early in the session today. Another thing,
trend to the downside early in the session today. Okay, yeah. And then now we got a poll that just popped in here. Where are the next 100 handles in the NASDAQ coming from? Lower or higher, Johnny?
Okay. Well, where have we come from this week? We've come from the weekly kickoff high.
Hold on, John, really quick. It's 51.49. That's what we're saying right now. And then the NASDAQ is like 51.49. It's like 52.48. I mean, what you guys are saying here is what the open positions are saying here too. So like, we are all a little bit, we're pulling on the tug of war, and we're not moving anywhere, right? And when it comes to bias.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we looked at the daily. We looked at the weekly. It's an inside week. There's not a lot of directional activity here. In the daytime frame, yes. So, we failed at weekly kickoff high. What's the target for a rotation? It's probably down to last week's low.
Rotation. And where is 1507? What? No, sorry.
Last week's low, 15,352.
So we got the 410.
410 naked point of control. I mean, look at this. It's barcoding. I don't want to do anything in the middle, only up here and only down here.
What is that? Barcoding?
Barcoding.
Yeah, look at that.
All the price bar overlap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very nice and neat.
That's what my brother, the Randolph to my Mortimer, calls it. It's barcoding.
It's a good call.
I put a barcode on my arm right here. See that?
Do you get a discount when you go to Dunkin' Donuts?
No, it's my kid's birthday.
Oh, that is cool.
September
cool.
4th, I put 9 notches and then a 4. You know how many? I swear to God, you know how many times they're like, "Hey, what's your kid's birthday?" When you're filling out stuff, I will go like this. And I go, I swear to God, swear to God, I had to put my wife. Yeah, it's hard to remember now. I mean, I don't call it old or something. I have 3 kids: my wife, my mom, my dad, sisters and brothers.
God bless.
And you guys, but we do a great job here at Topstep of.
I know you're a few days after me, Michael.
We're April boys.
We're Aries.
See, Michael, NASDAQ putting in new lows as we speak. You do not want to try and pick bottoms.
But it's but there's such a big move to the upside.
But it's so fun.
You know, Jim ZZ91 even said, "Careful trying to pick bottoms on days like today.
Absolutely.
Nothing has saved me more money than stopping to fade moves on trend days."
Fade moves on trend days sometimes. Yep. Fridays, be careful. The window of opportunity is to me, I don't know if it's opening wider. I think it starts to close, before noon on a Friday of Triple Witcher.
Triple Witcher. Speaking of Triple Witcher, I see only 202 likes today. They must not like us, guys. We're doing something.
Well,
let's.
Somebody's not
I'm
smashing the like.
We gotta feed him something.
Smash the like. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, Scarecrow. Smash the like. There you go. Come on, let's get that number up today. It's Friday. We put a lot in this week, and happy to have you with us. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Well, you picked up 50 or 60 there really quickly.
People are like, "Oh yeah, that's right. YouTube. That's right. And if you like, you can subscribe too. You know what I'm talking about, huh?"
That used to be your old accent when you were in high school, right? That you kind of worked your way out of it.
I'm still doing it. You know what I'm talking about? Eh?
Southsider. What's the challenge today, or for the likes? There has to be something. I know it was a Mike Tyson tattoo. If we got 1,000 likes,
Mike Tyson tattoo. Where did this come from?
That's on your face.
Tyson
remember?
Tattoo. Not the Mike Tyson tattoo. No, the vote was. I think it won tattoo on arm, chest, or face, and nobody voted for arm and chest, and we had like 50,000 for face.
Right.
So I told my wife that. She goes, "Well, you could get a little star back here. That's sort of like your face."
You're gonna put a star back here, like all the hipsters do.
I put a teardrop. Dude, you killed somebody? No, why? It's just I'm sad.
All right, so the market's made new lows, bounced off of them. Was anybody looking at that? What was the low of that move? It was in the NASDAQ. 69 quarters. Was anybody looking at that level here? Because I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all come in here.
The S&Ps traded to this naked point of control and now have had a pretty decent pullback off it. I mean, we're talking about 5 points, but I still don't think there's enough structure for me here to lean on here. Now, take a look at the NASDAQ, and we talked about it, Michael, there isn't a lot of anything to lean on here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you go back, you got some, 15 or 50s.
This swing low here, you've got, this is the kind of the regular trading hour low of this week, 15,455. Do we think that we're in a position to have a profit taking event at the end of the day today? I mean, look at how rangy this is. High to low, high to low, high to low. Don't think that we're really in a position to look for any vicious pullback. That said, watch the market make a liar out of me, but I have to be patient, look for the right opportunity, let some structure form down here. If it gives me that opportunity in a cheap way, I would probably take it, but not now. later in the day would possibly be the best opportunity for that.
So, John, we were just talking about not picking bottoms. Everybody was saying that too. And then you're like, oh, a bottom just formed. What does that still say to you? Like, you were thinking not to do it. I'm just kind of, this is an open conversation. You were thinking not to do it. Don't pick bottom markets. And we were all talking about it too. What like, does that change any of your, like, I shoulda? I mean, we don't say shoulda here, shoulda, woulda, coulda here, but
no, anything like that is just information. If this ends up being the low and B ends up being a buying tail at the bottom here, we start to rotate higher, then we can start to look to buy pullbacks against weakness, and hopefully as close to the end of the range really is where I would be thinking the risk would be. If we think that this B period low, this bar low right here is going to remain the low of the day, and it gives us an opportunity to risk 8 points on it or 10 points on it, that's what you're betting on. You want that to remain the low of the day. But there hasn't been a whole lot of information telling us that it's not going to be. So we got to just let it spend a little time and let that kind of hang out there as excess. Auctions die in excess. Excess is when price gets too cheap. Sellers won't sell it anymore. That'll attract buyers, and buyers will move it in the opposite direction. Just look at yesterday. The market auctioned lower, and it even tried to auction lower than that, but these long bars here are showing signs of potential excess where price got too cheap again. Sellers wouldn't sell it. Buyers came in, took over, and the market rallies. To be able to pick a bottom like that is a gift that I don't really know that I have, although once in a while I'll get lucky and I will find a level that holds. And those are some pretty good days, but they call
it carving the markets up those days.
Well, yeah, and once in a while you're going to have one, but I'm still not convinced that this market has finished its downside move here. And if I miss it, I miss it. I'll find another opportunity, a way to get in, and hopefully profit from it. The fact that the opening range in the S&Ps is the high of the day should have been a signal we need to try and get short.
Johnny,
yes.
Trepidity is saying, oh, what about 15,474? It maps to a red opening candle.
$474.
15,474.
Right here. Yeah, right here. So I think I see what he's looking at. I mean, when we're looking at opening ranges, this was the opening range from the 8th, last Friday's opening range, right? So,
hey, boys and girls, everybody, 75% longs right now.
Wow, big change.
And your sisters. 48% in your cousin crude longs.
Hey, little help, trader to trader. Short stories and tales is asking about his Ninja Trader only sees September. How do you find December contract, please? Somebody help him out there.
For one, you should be trading December all this week.
Yes.
And for another step rolled off the board, we got other people talking about quant. I got to call this out.
What platform?
Quant Tower, folks, we're talking about it. If you're trading SEP, it's gone. So you might not see it. So that's there's something wrong with my platform. You're trading the wrong month. I had to learn that too. Trust me, I've learned it the hard way. Putting a position on and getting stuck in it when it rolls off the board, it's not a good position to be in.
Spam sort of sucks.
Scary. Then you get corn delivered to your front yard. Remember that?
Yeah.
That would always
glad you're not trading hogs.
Yeah.
Taking a contract of crude oil into your pool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was looking to do that when it went negative.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, we'll pay you to take it.
Artix, check your month. You got the correct month there.
And if you can't find your month, get more familiar with your platform before you trade. I got to be tough.
Pork bellies.
Port bellies. So what were some things that I noticed in here? I had some questions in the chat, YouTube chat. All I know is bad tuna salad. You had a Mustang 1993 convertible, huh?
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Bad
I had a
tuna
68.
AK Uriah Heep in Discord.
Right? I had a 68 Acapulco Blue GT350. I bought for like 40 because my dad's like, Junior, you got to buy this one. He was flipping. He had the largest collection of Boss Mustangs at one point. And then I flipped it literally 2 weeks later for like 15 grand more.
Really?
That was I was trading really well. I'm like, all right, I'll get it. And
That was a good trade.
It was a good trade. But you know what he did? He's not listening right now, but if he was, I'd still say the story. He told me about the deal. He's like, get into this one. I think I bought it for 40, sold it for either 55 or 65, something like that.
Oh.
And he took half of it. He's like, that's my finder's fee. I'm like, dude, I just paid you, and like you weren't going to buy it. No, I was going to buy it. So pretty big brokerage fee, Dad.
Very nice.
Yeah, but I mean, he knew the business.
I am sorry. Travis Chingo is Uriah Heep. He goes, no, man, that's not me. Bad tuna. I tell you, bad tuna's been like a front and center here for the last few days.
Okay, guys, I was just talking about 75% longs. They took those longs out pretty quick. Took them out pretty quick. Weak longs. Maybe. Bottom pickers, weak longs, tight stops. That's why I'm going to share this stuff with you guys, because if you start to understand other traders, I'm not sharing their stops or anything like that, but the point of story is they all got out pretty quickly on that turn. So bottom feeders, bottom pickers with tight stops, there could be this acceleration that continues to the downside, because we're not the only one. There you go. It keeps continuing. We're not the only ones here. This is Topstep trader type information. But you got to think about all the other retail traders, all the other active traders at every other personal brokerage account that they're probably doing the same stuff. Ish.
Well, we got crude back above settlement. That was sort of hanging below there for a while. It had a big bounce here in crude just recently. Got Danny coming in with So Crude coming up here shortly, and we'll break down crude a little bit better.
Let's take a look-see.
Thanks, Marcello, for helping out the Quant Tower, folks. You can select from the front month for your product if you want to trade. Savage, there's not a way to see that data until we add it, which we're thinking about doing, probably are doing, eventually doing. But it will be pretty much behind, as will be TopstepTV.
Oh,
probably.
my goodness. Oh, Dan's going to love this.
I like the way you said that,
I
Michael.
hope he caught it.
What'd you catch?
Well,
Ball
he's
ball?
ready.
I hope he caught it.
All right.
God, that
Well, let's do this.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Lots going on here. Crude. So Crude coming up here right now. And we're going to take just a few seconds here. So, dude, this is about crude, which will include the trading food that we have stewed, viewed, and accrued. So I recommend, if you're trading crude, stay glued if you're in the mood. Hello, Danny.
Oh, look at that. We got names.
What do you stand for, Danny?
Oil guy.
What's up, Danny boy?
Good morning. Good
Marine.
morning. Guys, what a volatile morning in the crude oil.
Yeah, John was liking that chart over any other chart right now.
I mean, John, where did it come right to?
It came right to the bottom of the Daniel.
The bottom of the Daniel. You know, sometimes you need the market to tell you. I've been saying it the last 2 days, overbought. You know, we got to see it break down to the low side to attract new buyers. Market opens up. There's no major news hitting the world here that's telling us to sell this thing off. So, I think there's a number of factors to think about. Number one, it's a Friday. You've got people holding longs all week long. It's quadruple witching today. We got rollover right around the corner. I've been watching volume. It's still sitting mostly in October. November starting to beef up. You got a lot of things saying, hey, coming into a Friday doesn't hurt to be out of your trade.
Hey, Danny, Baker Hughes today. Is that going to have any effect with what's going on?
I'll be honest with you, Eddie. I watch crude pretty closely. I hardly look at that number unless something like I'll wait for like a news something to come out and go, holy crap, Baker Hughes way off, but not a number I personally watch. I know some others do.
All right,
Danny Travis Chingo says "oorah." Does that mean he's a Marine as well? Because you don't let me say "oorah" to you when I go.
Well, no, you can say it to me. I'm just not going to say it out loud. But yeah, that's a Marine Corps thing.
All right. I just want to be part of the club.
You want to be cool.
You say Semper Fi, Double Dog.
I will say Semper Fi. It's very rare that you get me to say.
Yeah,
all right, these
say "oorah."
My son's a Marine. Also, so
yeah. Man, it develops great individuals, doesn't it?
You know what? Honestly, I mean,
we got one of the old Marine Corps hats sitting back here.
There you go. I mean, he had some problems.
Put it on
before he went in, and when he came out, gosh, it was. I was so proud. We went and saw him graduate. That is something. If you can, I tell you, goosebumps, tears. Lots going on there. So that was pretty cool.
Those are pretty cool graduations. I just remember my favorite thing was at boot camp graduation was getting, like, my parents wanted to like hang back a little bit. I was like, get in the car, get me out of here, get me to a gas station so I can buy some tobacco. I wanted some Copenhagen so bad after 13 weeks. And my mom looks at me and goes, haven't you quit after 13 weeks? I was like, yeah, I've cut it off. But exactly, Michael, I needed my tobacco. I went right to a gas station, bought a can of Copenhagen, and I couldn't have been happier.
Or if you're not tobacco, Danny, you just can. These are light. These are called light on the lip.
I'm off the tobacco these days. I'm on the other stuff.
Real quick here, I just want to touch base. Hey, any military service. Let's not just say we're getting some Army guys going. Hey, wait a minute. It's a good program.
Yeah, my brother's a vet. Well, he's was in the Army during what was it? Desert Storm? No.
He was in Iraq.
He was in Iraq. He did that.
Yeah. All right, let's talk crude for a minute, huh?
Navy here. Hey, Ronnie. Let's talk crude, guys. Let's go back to the market.
Let's talk crude for a minute. Crude broke down to the low side of the channel. Hoag, I heard you say, I hope Dan caught it.
Yep.
I heard you say it. It cut me deep. Dan did not catch it.
It cut me deep.
Dan's talking in third person. Michael likes to talk like that as well.
Yeah,
I missed it.
It happens.
I've had quite a busy morning, and I'm not going to lie. I didn't sleep great last night, so this morning I kind of overslept.
Hoag understands.
I made it. I stayed in bed until 7 o'clock.
Bye.
Is that the theme today?
Yeah, third person.
Friday theme is to talk about yourself in third person.
Yes, I think we do. We just switch it to that.
Hoag missed a trade today too, so that happened.
I mean, switch. Yeah.
This week's, like I said yesterday, this week's kind of gotten away from me in the trading world. Obviously, want to keep a close eye. Obviously, you guys can see. You can see the high side of my channel, rejection overnight. We can see the low side of the Daniel, as the Hoag likes to call it.
I do like to call him that.
For me, these are just how I set myself up for trading. Guys, we set these Daniels up Tuesday.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah.
We set it up Tuesday is when we started looking at these. They continuously come into play. That's why I like to watch them. That's why they're so important to me. So
set it up Tuesday. There have been 4 complete rotations from low to high since then.
Yeah. So, people love to talk about all the trades that they take in a day. Now, if I am 100% focused on this day trading this market right now, there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of money on the table for me to take trades in this with minimal risk. And I don't have to be active 24/7. I'm sure someone out there smart enough that you can set an alert, if the market's within 10 points of the high side of the Daniel. I don't know. I'm not smart like that. But I do know how to set some channels.
That's why we call them Daniels.
It'd be cool if you set an alert, Danny, and you were walking the dog and the tornado alarm went off. And that was your trigger point.
Yeah, Michael, you've been pretty good at catching me on my dog walks lately.
I know. Lots of combos this week. I'm short right now from 15,502 quarter.
How's your position working out today? Better than yesterday?
I'm $30 high in the money.
All right. Better than $30 low.
Yeah. I think there's weak longs in here. It's only 65% of folks are long right now, so it's not like the big tilt. Ooh, there's a little rip down. I'm trading live, just so everybody knows.
Were you short?
15,502 quarter.
All right. Put it up there.
15,502 quarter with a 15 handle stop. So 17.
Yeah. Little
Danny's
volume
just
note
not
up here
moving.
at 14.
A little what, John?
Little low volume note up here at 14.
Yeah, that's where my stop is. So if it comes back up to 02s, which is down at 96s, 496s, I'm not gonna be like,
you're not gonna let it go all the way.
No, I'll find better entry, and then I'll probably look at that area because my stop is actually at that area right now. So it's gonna.
All right, Michael, let's talk about this a little bit.
Yeah, let's do.
You are short a breaking market. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing.
It did a little rip higher.
We're starting to see this market maybe potentially. Is it slowing up? Volume's decreasing. As volume decreases, what does that usually mean? Basic principles of volume when you're looking at a market, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are 7 minutes into this candlestick, and this is a 30 minutes. So we're 7 minutes in. We're almost a third of the way into this candlestick. Volume's rather low.
I covered, scratched it. I just said if it's going to come over and it's going to dance with the devil again.
It is. It's going to dance. I say that now all of a sudden here comes a break and Michael, you'd have been a millionaire on the trade.
The plot
thickens. Well, I think that's my cue, guys. It's Friday. Guys, don't stay on your trades too long. Get out of here and have a nice weekend.
Hey, Danny, when I drove in today and plugged the old Rivian in, I thought about you. Here in Aspen, they don't charge you when you plug it in. You get free electricity or free charges out here.
That's what you get for all those taxes out there.
No, taxes are very low. It's a very well-run state. Cannabis maybe have helped that as well.
Can I buy?
I do have to fill the truck this weekend with gas.
We're going to talk
cannabis.
We'll see the market rallying on Monday.
Right. All right, guys. I hope you have a good weekend.
Take care, man.
Great weekend, Dan.
All right, my friends. What do we got next? We still got a lot going here today, folks. We're going to be having shoulder tap coming up here in just a few, and I see the charming and handsome Brett ready to go on the on-deck circle, swinging the bat, getting ready for the next pitch.
He has a fantastic.
And you guys, wait till you see this cool shirt he's wearing. This is like just badass. I want one. I want two. One to wear underneath the other one. Yes.
I want one too.
I want one too. All right, coming up here, we've got risk manager Brett shoulder tap, and we're going to take just a few seconds. Be right back. All right, time to share some success, time to avoid failure, and we've got our good friend Brett. Look at that. Wow. Where do you put the batteries in on that shirt, man? That is like badass. Oh, really?
I have socks just like those.
So beers and brats after this, right? Beers and brats. Happy Friday.
Yes.
Well, Brett, what do you got for us today here? Lots of good
really
stuff.
quickly, that NASDAQ, when I covered it, went up to 07. So, John, it didn't go up to the 14s.
No.
It went up, did a little like, all right, you weak shorts. You weak shorts. Like me, like Michael.
Yeah.
Like I gotta talk in third person.
Eat my shorts.
Yeah, and now the confident shorts are getting paid. So far, if you want to take 15 handles off the market. All right, Brett, what's up? How you doing? Like the show?
Hey, I'm good, Michael. How are you?
I'm doing well. Jab.
Got a couple different traders for us today. The first is Dylan. He's in an express funded account.
We can't hear you. Hold on. We have a bunch
like
of folks.
behind the scenes.
You can now.
Got
Hi,
it.
everybody. The first trader I've got for us is Dylan. Dylan, I actually spoke with earlier this week and asked him about his daily loss limit. One thing I really liked, even though he's got a $150K account with a $3,000 daily loss limit, he said, I've got a personal loss limit of $2,000. Love to hear that you're limiting that loss limit. Out of Bradenton, Florida, I actually lived there a couple of years myself after college. Great little spot, Bradenton, Sarasota.
Why'd you move? Beautiful.
Florida's a great spot for me to visit.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's probably Longboat Key right there if I had to take a
Gilligan's
guess.
Island, man.
Dylan,
There's a Hoagland Cadillac dealership in Bradenton, Florida.
Get out of here.
Not kidding. It's not mine, but it's the same name. They should give me a car.
They should.
Just Google what in Bradenton has Hoagland.
No, somebody told me about it many years ago. I don't even know if it's still there, but yeah, there was a Hoagland Cadillac dealership there.
We
That's
got
awesome.
can't hear Brett. We got mute. We're getting a little help from our friends. No sound. Brett, no sound.
1, 2, 1, 2.
We can't.
Well, we can hear you, Brett.
Okay.
Okay. Reading lips. Maybe he needs to log off, log back in real quick.
He's good.
He's good now. There's that.
1, 2. Hi, gentlemen.
Brett doesn't seem
He's
to have
good now.
audio.
Eddie.
I think people are watching on a delay. I think they can hear Brett now.
Yeah.
There's a little lag with this camera view. I'll get to the office and figure it out, but we're trying to go. It's this shot here, the big dramatic shot. The camera's a bit laggy, but we'll get through it.
Tuna salad. I'm never late to the party. Never. I was in the bathroom.
So hopefully everybody can hear me. I wanted to talk about Dylan just a little bit more if we could. Dylan, one thing I love about their trading is he's got a win-loss rate of 68%. And wait till you hear this. His winning trade average is $1,928. Losing trade average, $458.
Beautiful.
That is stellar. I'd be happy with $2,000, $1,000, and you're blowing that out of the park. One other thing that I really like about Dylan is Dylan's average day is just over $2,000. Dylan's best day is only about $4,000, which, believe it or not, I love that. Because he's got a 70% win rate overall, and he's taken money out of the markets, but he's not swinging wildly and making $10,000 one day, losing daily loss limit the next 3 or 4. He's consistently taking money out of the markets and doing it without risking a ton. Nicholas, who I think we got a little sneak preview of, Nicholas is a little bit different than he could, I think, possibly learn some things from Dylan as far as average winning trade of $272, average losing trade of $504. However, it's working for them. 80% of their trades are winning trades.
Wow.
That's a massive number.
Yeah. Huge.
The one thing I'd like to see Nicholas possibly try to start doing is get out of their losers a little bit more quickly, and avoid that daily loss limit, because that's what's driving up that average losing trade. 80% is stellar, but keep it up. He's taken money out of the markets, also in an express funded account. Love to see it. One other update that I have for you is we highlighted Manveer a couple of weeks ago, and Manveer is in the live markets, live funded account, and he kind of turned things around. We were talking about how he might need to change a couple things, but he took $7,300 out of the live markets trading the NASDAQ today, and it looks like he took Michael's advice from earlier of take a little bit out and quit for the day. He hasn't traded in the last couple of hours. Love to see it. Would love to see him take the rest of the day off and pocket that.
Smash that.
I need dough and plenty of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smash that close button to that trader.
Absolutely.
Close that platform, close that computer, shut it down. Go have some trader fun.
Is Nicholas more than one person? What? Dustin is asking.
I mean, we've been talking in third person, so I guess
Sybil. Yes, it's Sybil.
Hope didn't understand that question. I don't know.
Neither did Michael. I don't know.
All right. What else we got here?
Those are the traders that we've got for highlighting today. Love to see it. One thing I also wanted to mention is that if you're up money, take the day off. Like everybody was saying earlier, it's tough to make money trading, but you don't go broke taking profits.
You got that right. You got that right, baby. All right.
Okay. Well, thanks, Brett. Appreciate it, buddy.
Appreciate it.
You have a good weekend.
Yeah. Any plans for the weekend, Brett? Any plans for the weekend? You going golfing at all?
I think I am supposed to go golfing on Sunday. Hopefully, it should be a beautiful weekend for us in Chicago.
I hope so. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. You guys enjoy the weekend yourselves. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Brett.
Okay. All right. Shoulder tap, Brett. Ending the week here Friday. And
John.
Yes.
Yeah. Your trade was good.
I know. That's also I was just going to tell you. Damn it. See, so
I can feel you.
Do as I saith, not as I always doeth. And the market will giveth, and the market will taketh.
But you don't always do it. I mean, you got good trades. Sometimes you just get freaked out on them. I don't know. What are you seeing that's telling you it's not valid anymore?
Well, that one just had me believing that I could get a better entry. It went up to 07s. I was short 02s, if you guys don't remember. Short 02s, I was like 10, 11, 12, 13 handles in the money. And 15 handles in the money would have been my
So why do you choose 15 handles for a stop? I mean, that's a static stop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think it should be more dynamic according to what the market state, where the market is telling you you're wrong, instead of static 15 points?
For me, it's different. I focus on great entries. If I can get great entries, then my stop, I'm not really looking to risk more than 300 a car. Car is a contract. So I don't know. I mean, like, to each his own always, but like for me, I've always liked to have F it, hell, I'm stopped. Just stop me out. Stop me out. I'm not, when I move things, when I try to go dynamic and try to then also predict where also the stop should be placed. I do know that my stops need to be placed in a good position, but if it's 15 handles away from my entry, then my entry needs to be placed in a good position. So entry, and then I don't really focus too much on my outs, because my outs are already in, because I have auto LCLs, aka brackets.
Does Michael ever shorten up that stop if the risk doesn't require it?
Does Michael do what?
Does Michael shorten up that stop less than 15 points if risk doesn't warrant that much risk?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. But when it starts creeping towards my stop, Michael does not move his stop.
Michael doesn't move. Okay.
Hey, real quick here, let me just jump in. Guys, this is what trading buddies do. You know, talk back and forth and you question each other and make sure you got answers. I mean, this is cool what trading buddies do and should be talking about.
Yep, that's why TopstepTV's tradertainment. It's like traders hanging out. That's why we don't allow any trolls here unless you're trolling your sports team and other people. You can definitely do that. You got to have good vibes here because, like, I'm down on the week. John's up on the week. We have a bunch of traders that got funded this week that were in here. And if you did get to the funded level, if you passed the trading comment, let us know. And also hit the like button. Yeah, trading buddies. And that's why also in here, hopefully you guys are going to our Discord community, finding a trading buddy. I got mine. You can't steal mine. It's Eddie and Hoag. So, and then it's Andre who comes on here, and it's Brett, and it's Mick, and it's Danny, and JD, and it's Jack, and it's James Harden. It's all these that I work with, and we talk. And then we have a channel in Topstep called Band of Traders. There's a bunch of us that are traders that are in there that just talk. Usually it's when crazy stuff happens in the markets, we fire up that channel starts to warm up again.
Yeah, occasionally we'll swap recipes in there too, but
yeah. That's what I think what this conversation is also about, is talking recipes. Johnny bakes his pie a little bit different. Michael, he likes to go abstract. I don't know.
Here we go.
And I'm the host of the show.
The first to the downside.
Welcome to Trading Bakery.
Trading Bakery. That short was excellent. That entry was excellent. I only would have taken 5 handles of heat. But I said if it comes back up to my O2s, I'm not taking it good in the money and making it bad in the money. So that's why I wanted to get out. That's why John and I were talking about the 514s. And I'm like, John, that's where my stop's at. And that's why when I was in the money on it, because I was short 502s, 15,502 in the NASDAQ. So hopefully you guys, if anybody followed that along, hopefully you're still in the trade. If you are short from up there, let us know. Hey, we had some, what was it at? No.
Well, coming up here, top of the hour, we've got Andre going to be with us, and little questions about I tell you, Jack, this top quiz is something everybody loves. And that's going to be right after we get Andre on. And we'll have him on here top of the hour. And then, of course, we'll do our top quiz. But that's going to be it for this Friday. After top quiz, we're going to shut the machine down and let it rest for a while because, boy, we've been jumping on this like a carnival pony. You know, using it.
Quick note on the quiz today. I'm instituting a new rule. If you've won before, the prize is a free reset, just because of the way codes work and such. Also, I will announce the random winners after, but we'll take like a 2-minute coffee break before I do so I can get the report printed out digitally and such.
Hey, Jack, what if I tell everybody to watch Rogue Trader over the weekend as their little Netflix and chill? It's not on Netflix.
Little homework from the boss.
I think it might be. Yeah, everybody. Here's a challenge. Not a challenge. It's not a challenge.
No, it's a little homework.
It's a little homework. Yeah, it's a homework. This weekend, so this rolls into top quiz. This weekend, watch Rogue Trader. ROGUE Trader. Ewan McGregor. Watch it. It's about Barings Bank, about Nick Leeson, Barry's Barings Bank. I tried that 3 times. For $1. And it's an incredible movie. I mean, Ewan McGregor nails it on cannonballing a trade. He's cannonballing a trade, and you can see the stress. You can see all that. It's on the Nikkei trading floor, Singapore, I think. So watch it. And I'm betting Jack might throw questions in the top step or top quiz that pertains to that.
I will throw them in for next Friday. We'll have some Rogue Trader questions because this means that I also have to watch Rogue Trader, and I'm going to be in Michigan this weekend. So we'll get that for sure, and we'll announce it throughout next week.
Just ask ChatGPT; it'll do all the work for you.
Yeah, but then it's wrong. I have seen there's an AI tool on this that will try. I'm making quotations in the air right now to write questions for you, but they're sometimes just wrong. So I don't get to use that crutch. I have to look these up myself.
You know what we got to do? We got to book him. We should book him. Former rogue trader responsible for the collapse of Barings Bank, best-selling author, subject Hollywood movie, Rogue Trader. You can actually book him.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Ewan McGregor, and I was like, Eddie, I don't think that's happening unless you really smash.
Unless somebody knows Ewan McGregor. Yeah, and I think there was a interview, and he said that was one of his favorite movies that he did.
He crushed it. He crushed it. I think he's a great actor, and the movie is just incredible. You can feel your stomach drop when he's trying to hold the market up. He's trying to get, I think, the Nikkei, he had trying to get it to 30,000, stay above 30,000. I think he was buying calls. I don't know. You have to watch it. Maybe that's going to be a question that old Jack throws into top quiz.
There you go. My favorite movie by far. My favorite trading movie.
Trading Places is the movie that got me into the trading world. A movie got me. Yeah, movie got me to look this direction and never look back. I was 16. You don't have to work by the hour? No, my uncle says. You can make and lose as much money as possible being a trader. I only heard, how much can I make?
Right. Well, I got that question a lot. When do I get paid? Coming over to YouTube, A Big Short, they're saying is a great movie. Maybe we do that next weekend. How about that?
We'll
Every weekend we'll put a movie out there.
I love it. We'll raffle off popcorn.
We could probably do that and send them some popcorn, maybe.
Ooh, Garrett's. Right, Eddie?
Oh, man. Garrett's. I wonder if that's like statewide, Garrett's.
Well, I don't think it goes. I mean, it's at the airport. Garrett's Popcorn in Chicago. They will pump the smell of the popcorn out to the sidewalk as you walk by, and you will be naturally drawn into the Willy Wonka type popcorn factory.
Oh, man. Yes. That's just it, though. I mean, that was like Peppers. Remember Peppers over at the Board of Trade? Yeah, the couple making hamburgers. I mean, it was like... I mean, you'd have to kick the cockroaches out of the way to get in the door, but still, it still smelled great. What's up, 5V Bez? It's Jordan, my buddy here. Jordan, nice to... thanks for showing up, man. You're late. Now, he's late for the party. There you go.
Hey, really quickly, I'm going to throw it out there because we had some questions. Tradeovate coming back very soon. So check we'll check Topstep on Monday for more around that. So hit the like button too. But yeah, we worked, it's the environment's very robust now. That's one of the things that we were focusing on. Anybody that says, bring it back, other people have it. Well, Topstep wants to make sure everybody can trust the platform that you trade on, that it's in an environment that is crisp and clean on your entries and outs. So that all needs to be in place before we add anybody to our platform world. And there's nothing against anybody, but we just got to make sure our traders, because they trade all different platforms, but the ones that trade on Tradeovate, you'll be getting that back here on next week. No switches. No refunds. There's none of that stuff. If you're already trading on a platform, ride that one out. You're already trading on it. If you've been waiting on the sidelines, here you go. No switches, no refunds. Tradeovate will be back next week.
Cool. It's good to know. Remember, all we had first was what? T4 with Cunningham, right?
T4, then we had Ninja, then we had all the
Everybody wanted Ninja.
motives,
Right.
tasks, all that
That
stuff. We
means-
had Trade Station, because Hussein just said in there, we had Trade Station. Some difficulties on the back end connecting risk management. So that was something that we yeah. If it's difficult,
push it aside.
if it's difficult with a platform to have the risk parameters that we're looking to do, we just can't do it.
No, that means TradingView is back too, right?
It would be. Yep.
Alrighty.
It would be. So
Get back on that bike.
yeah, these are the Mac users, iOS users. You'll have a
Solid platform.
yes.
Well, congratulations, Marianne, winning a free month of a combine. And she's happy that best week. Nice.
Dante, you cannot switch. Well, you can move. If you start a new trading combine, you can sign up for that. But we're not taking people. If you're on a platform, no, we're not. Hey, I'm trading on this. You guys just got this back. I've always wanted to Tradeovate. You're trading on Quantar. You're trading on this. Just like write it out. You clearly know how to trade on it. Those ones that are sitting on the sidelines that said, I don't want to try a new platform, jump right in. The ones that are already on one, write it out. Whether you get all the way funded on that platform or whether you bust out and you want to change, then you can change.
Right. Yeah, Dante. Yeah, it's going to be a new combine. Make sure that you close out the previous one if you want that. So make sure you close out that first one, and then you gotta fire up a new one.
It's giving you guys a little here. We're not announcing it. So here in TopstepTV, you guys will always get the insider stuff.
Are we going to get in trouble with Danielle?
Oh, probably. Yeah. I'm one of those that, what is it? Beg for forgiveness. Don't ask for permission. But no, this is just with this team here. And when I say team, the folks here at Topstep TV that's tuning in. That short was badass, John. Badass.
Badass John.
There's 100 handles coming up to it. 100 handles. 100, John.
You can't fight a directional move. I'm personally proud of the fact that neither of us have tried to pick the bottom in this yet.
No, I actually was like, hey, I'm listening to John. I'm going to get short up here because I'm not fighting the move. And it was an excellent entry. But there you go. I should have kept my 15 handle stop and just said, hey. So hopefully somebody else caught it.
Would have been worth it.
That sell-off, it consolidated there for a while, digested, kind of showed maybe picking bottoms was a good move. We talked about that one. Then it said, no, I'm gonna slow down here, and then went sideways for I don't know.
I've seen that movie too many times, man. I've seen that movie too many times. Hey, this is the bottom. I'm going to buy it, get run over. Mm-hmm. This is the bottom. Buy it, get run over. Mm-hmm. This is the bottom. Buy it, get run over. Even the godfather of market profile, Jim Dalton, tells you one of the biggest mistakes traders make, whether they're new or experienced, is they try and pick tops and bottoms and directional moves. You just can't do it.
Picking tops and bottoms, I mean, that's like picking the pick four in your daily lottery. I mean, how many times can you honestly say that you've picked a top and a bottom in your career?
When I do, it's really, really cool. You do a screenshot and show your buddy for sure.
It's an accident if it happens.
Yeah. It's like, holy cow, I got the high of the day on the dot. And then
you feel like a genius.
You feel like a genius. Then you go, I only held it for like 10 handles. And then next thing you know, the market sold. You're like, I didn't hold it long enough.
Awesome.
Well, we've got 10:04 here, and we are just about almost out of segments here, but we're going to be having Stat Guy coming up here in a little bit. We still got Talking Shop. Andre is there. It looks like, has he got a new background? No, he's just sort of looks like a new background for Andre.
I'm always wondering what that picture is behind him.
It says, what, Texas or something? Tex or... I thought it was a bowl of guacamole.
I think there's a safe behind it that's full of cash.
I mean,
Cash
don't get out
and
his address.
cash and lots of other good things.
Don't mean to call you out.
Mad magazines, old ones. All right. Talking shop, we've got Andre. The meter's running, so we're going to just take a few seconds here for our transition. It won't hurt a bit, I promise you, and we will be like right back. Hey, let's talk shop. What do we say? We talk some shop. Andre,
what's up?
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. So that's not guacamole. It doesn't say Texas, but it does say West.
It says West. It's actually a concert poster from a show I went to of
Kanye.
artist Kanye West.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that cowboy.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Adam West. You were a fan of the original Batman.
It's just a concert poster of a show I went to way back in the day before he really went off the rocker.
He went off the rocker?
Yeah. Kanye, he lost his shit a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he officially lost it.
But yeah. So yeah, in case you guys are wondering, there's no safe behind there, unfortunately. That'd be really cool if there was, though.
Kanye decided to become a day trader.
Slinging size.
Yeah.
Who, Kanye? He has emotions for one.
God, could you imagine? He'd make for good TV, though.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I don't watch his channel. We shut down TopstepTV and we all just watch him all day.
Just give him 10 G's to sling around.
And wear safety goggles.
Be back in 15 minutes for another 10K.
Right? Like in
10,
casino.
cut him off.
Yeah, 10K, cut him off.
And then he'd say he's Paul Tudor Jones.
That was pretty good. Shit. So, anyways, I guess what do we got going on today? Triple witching, just hammering this market lower, or what?
Well, I'm not sure what's hammering lower. I mean, we tested
this breakdown.
important inflection levels, weekly kickoff highs in the NASDAQ and the S&Ps, and it's just been coming off ever since. We're still really range bound.
We are.
Kind of approaching the lower end of the range, but nothing's really changed all that much. It's triple witching, expiration.
Yep.
There were a couple of numbers that came out a little higher than expected. I think there is the hint of higher inflation. There's a whiff of it in the wind, if you will, and I
agree.
think that's making people a little bit nervous,
Yep.
of course. And crude oil price is high,
And it's Friday. It's Friday, man. It's Friday.
It's Friday. You got no job? I think you nailed it. There's a hint of more inflation in the air. So with that being said, what do we have next week? We have FOMC next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be huge,
FOMC?
I guess. FOMC on Wednesday, so everyone be paying attention to that, obviously. And we have a press conference from Powell after that, so we got to really pay attention to his words next Wednesday. I'm sure all the markets will be a slow build-up going into that. Rates are supposed to remain unchanged at 5.5%. We'll see. It'd be kind of cool if they actually shocked the markets and did a rate hike, and we can just really start rocking and rolling.
Market.
Yeah, but I don't want it to go lower. I want it to go higher.
I want to go higher too, but at the end of the day, I just want volatility.
You guys want it to go higher? It slides.
I'm a bear now. It
slides faster than it glides. It's much more fun when the markets are selling off.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
much easier on my 401k.
I was just going to say, if you're a trader, I like looking at that. But if I have my 401k over here, yeah, it's a trade-off.
Well, that's the double-edged sword of this whole thing.
So you got to call Chairman Powell.
Pow. Yeah. So
Powell.
I'm guessing he's going to allude to the fact that they're going to be data dependent. All decisions are, they're 50-50 on more rate hikes. We'll see. But yes, the Fed Fund futures, last I checked, 97% chance of unchanged for next week's rate announcement. So obviously they're not going to shock the markets like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a bear now, or I think S&Ps are going to drive down toward that 4,400 number level, and maybe bounce off of that. But I don't see any reason why we should go higher, making any new highs anytime soon. No new information has entered the market that's going to take this market above 4,600. Now that I say that, watch it rally. But I don't see any reasons or any information as to why we could go break that range of 4,600 to the upside.
Andre,
what up?
The equities markets, the S&P, all of those have been rallying for 40 years on no information.
That's true. That's
when there's no bad news, traders, investors have very short memories.
Yep.
Most of them are trading buy side only. So there's a natural kind of lift.
Correct.
When there's no bad news, the market just kind of seems to grind higher. Traders get short, they get run over, they cover, push price higher. They get short again, they get run over, they push price higher again. So all I'm hoping for is that, well, I mean, volatility. I mean, you guys are looking for volatility. I'm just, I'm okay because lower volatility allows me to risk less on each trade. We can talk more about that as the days goes on, but for investments, you want them to go higher, and if there's no bad news, that is what typically kind of happens, And traders getting too short, most of the stock eating public out there is buy side only. They don't even know about shorting. So it just has that natural lift. So when we run out of bad news, then we'll see all the time new highs. Who knows when we're going to run out of bad news?
No, I think it's a very good point, and I agree with that. There is a natural bid to the market. Like you said, most of the orders are buy side only. I mean, these pension funds got to park their money somewhere. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And yes, they're going to be buying stocks, buying equities. Yes, there's a natural bid.
So, Andre, you don't think Harvard's endowment fund gets short a shitload of SPOOs?
No, unfortunately, they don't
have to invest it. They just keep getting money.
No, you know what it is? It's that California pension fund. I guess is like the real big mover. That whole
the teachers, yeah,
the state of California. They're the ones that really move markets, and they pump it into Vanguard, and Vanguard pumps up the market. But yeah, you're right, Johnny. There's a natural bid. With that being said, why can't we take the top off these 4,600s? Like what are we waiting for?
You could be like Randy Moss and take the top off the defense, Andre.
That's my role. I don't shine shoes. I don't tape ankles. I don't cut checks.
Straight cash.
Take the top off the defense.
Straight cash.
Straight cash always. But excuse me. So yeah, I would like to see us go higher, but it doesn't seem like there's anything that's going to push us higher. Like you said, no news is kind of good news, but I think, like you said, there's a whiff of inflation in the air.
Yes.
So I think that's kind of weighing on the markets. Why the Fed funds futures isn't pricing a higher percentage for a rate hike in November yet? I don't understand, but we'll get there, I think.
Yeah. Well, all I know is 30-day T-bills are paying over 5%.
That's a beautiful thing.
30-day. Hold on. What is it?
A beautiful thing.
30-day T-bills.
I'm sorry. 3-month T-bills are paying over 5%.
It's risk-free too. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, staggering those at 3-6
and roll them.
Roll them. Is that what it's called? Tearing, rolling?
Roll them.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever my brother's doing for you.
Yeah, I know, right?
So anyways, I guess with that being said, it is Friday, like we keep saying, and we got to keep the trade short and go into the weekend like we talked about last week and reset this weekend. Do your prep on Sunday. Check out Hoag's email. It's valuable stuff, man. Hoag, you've been on fire this week, by the way. Shout out to you.
Well, it's actually JD's email.
JD's email, yes, with
Hoag's assistance, or with the assist from Hoag on a kick-ass weekly kickoff levels. That literally, see that one right there, the white line, the very top, 15,720.
Nailed it.
I know.
Wow, that's nice,
John. I'd love to see you do a 720 on a skateboard.
I used to be able to.
Get out of here!
Come on,
20.
I swear to God.
I had a PlayStation 2, John.
No, I was a sponsored skateboarder.
Oh, Tony Hawk. Tony
Hawk.
Oh, Tony Hawk game. Yeah, I played you online.
Yeah, laugh, but I was a sponsored skateboarder. I won competitions all over like southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois.
No.
There's got to be pictures somewhere. I got to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Send them to me.
Oh, yeah,
post them now.
Out of all the things I could have said, I threw it to Hoag on a skateboard. I competed professionally. No, were you sponsored?
Yeah.
By
I like
who?
local skate shops and stuff, right?
Sims.
Ice
Sims
cream store
Pure
down the
Juice.
street. Go on, John. I gotta see pictures. I've known you for over what 10, 12 years.
Well, there was a skateboard in the office, and I started doing 360s. People were freaking out.
That'd damn respect, John. Shit.
Well, yeah, in the old Topstep office, it was a longboard, but yeah, I never remember you even getting on that.
Now I use my skateboard from back then to move stuff around in the crawl space.
It's a dolly.
Basically, yeah.
I think they call that hanging up the cleats in the sports world.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to get short. I want to get short here.
I know.
Now it's time to buy it.
I know.
Once you submit, then it's over.
I'm such a biased trader, but it looks like we want to go lower.
Oh, well, we got a 50-50 all day long on NASDAQ. The sisters are holding hands at a 55-40, 50-50-ish on longs. And then their cousin is crude oil, 40% long.
So who are the sisters? NASDAQ and S&Ps?
Brothers, sisters, siblings.
Gotcha. Yeah. And the cousin is crude.
Cousin crude.
Hey, but we all agree that these crude prices are going to leak into inflation?
Of course. Well,
gas prices. I mean, that's what's driving this inflation.
It's moving.
Yeah. Not core. Core inflation doesn't include energy and food.
So dumb. I don't understand that.
Because they want to be able to manipulate the numbers.
Bingo.
You know, hey, inflation's coming down. Yeah, but unless you look at the inflation numbers without, losing the core inflation.
The stuff we spend money on every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think we saw that with natural gas. Natural gas yesterday. Came in much higher than expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating.
Well, it is what it is. If you talk about today, I know you hate that line. What
does it mean? What does that line mean?
It means it is exactly what it is.
It's never said when something positive has happened. It's always said during negative shit.
Well, there's always silver lining in negative things. If there's a positive somewhere in there, you can search for it.
No, I'm teasing. How are you feeling?
100 million in the lottery. I'm going to say, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
6 million.
I mean, that's confident. That would be great watching a guy that just watching you with the big check, $50 million. You go, it is what it is.
It is what it is, suckers.
And then see that guy a couple years later underneath the bridge in Chicago.
Oh,
yeah,
come on.
You end up broke.
Roses, $1 a bunch. Roses, $1 a bunch. Remember that guy, John? Who's on the bridge?
Yep.
Mr. Rose's $1 a bunch, and the flowers are all dead. You give him $1 anyway and say, no, that's okay. Keep the flowers.
Yeah. I wonder where he got the roses from anyways.
It's a garbage, like a florist, when they throw them out.
They throw out the oldies.
He had like boxes of them. Okay. I'll take a bunch.
Yeah, not too much, Andre. We're looking at it. Triple Witcher Friday.
Triple Witcher Friday. Keep it a short day. Enjoy the weekend, right? And then restart Sunday evening, like we talked about last week. We got to get in that routine. We got as much as possible, we try to be as robotic as possible when it comes to your routine and trading. Try to take the emotions out, and that includes being, sticking to your routines. And that starts on Friday afternoon, Friday evening, or Sunday. When the Sunday scaries kick in, that's about when you open up the Barron's and the Wall Street Journal and check the reopen on 5 p.m. Chicago time. See what the markets are doing.
And the window of opportunity is closing today. I bet you it closes even quicker because an hour from now, New York is for sure calling it a day, traders wise, market movers and all that kind of. Chicago, same one. Chicago ones are probably going to Michigan to check out the changing of the leaves and pick some apples. And
yep, pretty much.
Yeah, that's right.
I think Jack's going to Michigan, right?
Oh,
yeah, I am going to Michigan. I
didn't mean to make a slight cut there, but I mean that sounds awesome. I picked apples last weekend for Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend with the kids. Are you're doing that, right? Picking apples?
Oh no, we're going to ride a pontoon boat or something like that. We're going to my buddy's place on Lake Pawpaw.
I don't pick apples.
Pawpaw. Yeah.
Famously, where last Memorial Day, or the one before last, John Daly was hanging out there at the Gazebo Bar.
Nice. Really?
He's probably still there.
Completely sober, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he's doing the Edwards 40 hands routine.
Hoagland's Edward 40 hands.
That's just hilarious.
It's bad news.
Okay, hold on. Eddie, can we do smash the likes and then Hoag has to do Edward 40 hands with one hand all day? It doesn't have to be
beer?
With a real
It doesn't have to be a beer.
What are we going to duct tape to his hand?
Water, 40 ounces of water, and in one hand, and in his trading trigger hand. So then his other
The right hand.
and then you duct tape it, a big big bottle of water.
Well, we probably could do that. I mean, and John, are you up to? I mean, he's a human. He's got to function other things than just sitting there and showing his pretty face. I mean,
He's got to drink all 40. Once he drinks 40 ounces of water, Eddie,
and he's going to be going to the washroom a lot too. And you need two hands. At least John told me he uses two hands.
Oh, here we go. It's Friday. Oh come on. Oh God.
But hey, anyway, if you like what's going on, smash that like button, hit that like button. We need to get this number up a little bit. I'm a little worried here. And if you like what we're doing here, having a good time, sharing some information, trading with you, being your trading buddy, subscribe.
I do like that though. John, you'd have to be open to it. We'd have to put this the like number up pretty high. And then next Friday, would you have your hand your wife would duct tape your 40 ounces of water? I mean, God forbid you.
Yeah, I mean, what's our high link?
So
what's our high likes?
I think we got to do the like thing on Monday.
Yeah.
Or we'll set maybe Thursday next week because it's usually a little lighter on Friday.
Nobody's watching right now.
No, people are watching.
Checked out.
Only family and friends.
660 people watching right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that's pretty good.
All right. Well, if we're gonna wait, but Hoag, are you up for that challenge?
What's the number?
Oh, we'll find out. Jack, or Eddie or Jack will.
I'll do some math.
They'll do some math. We'll put it right on the edge of actually happening.
All right.
This is tradertainment.
I have right of first refusal.
Yes, you do. Rule number one. Yes,
Hey, we're on a lows. 4507.75 is the low in S&P. 15.414 quarter, and we're trading 18 even.
What's tilt, Michael?
Tilt is 43% long,
50-half,
and 57% long in the S&P, and 51% long in the cousin crude. So 50-50, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
We got this swing low here from
That's my case, Yana.
Monday's numbers.
Hey, Andre, we've been talking in third person today. You remember when my dog Cassius, when we tried to changed Cassius's name to Coach?
I do remember that.
I spent the whole day calling him Coach. And he's like, what the hell? He kept looking at us. What the hell are you guys doing?
We came up with a brilliant idea to change his dog's name. He was about 2 years old, and we tried changing his name while he was 2 years old. And that was one of our finer ideas, Michael.
Yeah, that's what happens when cannabis is legal in this state.
I mean, you said
it wasn't Saturday in Chicago and football was on. So
it was a football Saturday.
Football.
Try doing that with your grandma. Call her grandpa.
That'd be cruel and confusing to her.
Yeah,
I mean, after a while,
she kicked my ass.
After a while, grandma might look like grandpa.
I'll be very honest with you.
Yeah, she didn't like it.
So what's up, you guys? What's on tap this weekend, Michael? Anything cool?
I was gonna go golfing, but it's raining.
It's raining. Shoot, that's gonna be snow in about a month.
Oh yeah, we already talked about that.
Did you? Hell yeah.
Well, here in Chicago, it can snow tomorrow. And then the next day it's like 80 degrees.
Yeah, I'll play some golf this weekend.
Hey, why don't we put a poll out there again, guys, on what we think is going to happen? Because look at this sell-off. Look at this falling knife that John has up on the screen right here. Yeah. And I want to see where we're all. It's Friday. It's almost midday on Friday, coming up TopstepTV ending in about, I don't know, within 40 minutes. We're going to call it a day, but what are you guys thinking about the rest of the day right now on a pool that jumps in here at some certain time after we've already sold off all day long from the top of John's weekly kickoff level that we share every Monday?
Mm-hmm. You want some longs here? Some guy's long at some guy. That's his name. Long. Oops, it just got in my way here. Let's close the poll here. Long at 15,422, and our friend Travis Chingo is long 416 quarter. So you do have some players going long here.
Okay.
I think we should actually had a third one, or does it just trend sideways?
It might be that.
Hoop says you're closing here.
Digestion.
Thank you, Hoop. Xanax is a consolidation. Yeah, I would make the bet that it goes sideways. But
I would say there's going to be at least one vicious little pullback at some point, but I don't think it's. I think it's going to close relatively low.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, John. Don't get Michael wrong.
We're still doing this.
Yeah, all day long, Andre. So, what is the Hoag? The Hoag thinks that pick and bottom folks are still hanging out here. You think?
Yeah, they're always going to be until they learn their lesson.
And then that's when the market firms up and rallies, and then you go GD.
As soon as they give up, then the low's going to be in.
Yep. And by giving a 50-50 still, sisters and their cousin are all 50-50.
Boy, being long right now, it'd be tough. NASDAQ's creeping lower.
All I know is the best entry of the day, besides John's 15,720,
Hoagie,
is Michael's 15,502. I did, Andre.
Yeah,
I had a great entry.
It's the third person that's getting me.
We have to lean into it now.
I know. Andre agrees.
Oh, we have a believer.
Yeah. Hoag missed another one today, but Hoag is also happy he didn't try and fight it.
Oh, shit.
Well, Andre, I appreciate you jumping on here with us.
You got it, guys. It was a fun week. It was a fun week.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we'll do this next week. We got, all eyes on the Fed.
Andre, watch Rogue Trader over the weekend with you and your new girlfriend, and then just tell her this is what you do. So by the end of it, she's like, "Holy cow, you bury banks and you get arrested, huh?"
Yeah, that's real attractive. That's real.
Sorry to give away the ending. Everybody.
Hey, speaking of movies, real quick, did you see? I don't know if you guys caught this on CNBC. They're making a movie about the GameStop trade and meme stocks. Did you?
Yeah, they're talking about it right now.
Yeah, they're talking about that. I'm like, really? That's quick.
Yeah, the traders in the YouTube chat were just mentioning that.
Were they called Dumb Money? Is the title of the movie? Go figure.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was already out.
Real quick here. No Code Dad says found Rogue Trader for free on YouTube. Cool.
Respect,
thanks for that.
Respect. Thanks.
Smash that link into chat for us.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Let's not post free movies on YouTube in there.
On YouTube.
On YouTube?
On YouTube.
Thank God we have Jack. Thank God we have Jack here.
Hey, YouTube, we're sharing your shit on YouTube.
We're stealing your shit on YouTube. All right, boys.
Until we meet again, my brother.
Yep. Have a good weekend. That was a lot of fun this week. We'll do it again next week.
Yeah, Hoag says have a good weekend.
Yeah, so does Mike.
Yeah. All right. Coming up here in... Oh, look at this. A couple minutes. We got a couple minutes here. We're going to get Robert, the stat guy, a.k.a. the professor, with some, I guess, stat numbers. What happened this week? How many people did what, when, and where? So coming up here in just a few. I think he might be ready. Let's cut here. We're going to cut and coming back here with Robert, the stat guy. Be right back. RC. Robert, how you doing today, my man?
I'm doing good. Hello, fellows.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday to
Happy
all the
Friday.
traders. I love the new labels, the new name tags. Moving up in the world here.
Mike, is that a new hat? That's a bold top step.
I wore it on
that
my.
hat.
It was new, and it is in the gear shop. If we want to drop the link to the gear shop,
I'll do that again.
I wore it on my whole. I traveled to Indonesia and Vietnam with. Yeah, I wore it the whole time. I figured, how do you go more bold and in your face than this hat while you walk around those two fine countries, which I had a blast in.
Cool. You went there during rollover.
I think I did. I think it was April, May, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, I did. I mean, longer than rollover, but yes. All right, Robert, tell us about some stats.
Absolutely. Yeah, not a lot going on other than speaking of rollover with the NQ. I'm the NQ guy, and being down 300 points almost at the dot here since the overnight high. So talk about rolling over, huh? Woo-wee. Take a look at that. We have one community stat, a couple of individual trader stats on the XFA. Jesse W. we want to talk about. Shout out, express funded account, 10th day of winning streak. He's been 19 days trading, profitable for 16 of those and 10 consecutive. So we want to make sure that we give a great shout out. Small profits every single day, average trade of $170. So that is that's the winner for this week. And speaking of winners, we do have the ES creeping up.
Hold on, Robert. Who had a winner for 11 days?
Jesse W. And this express funded account, 10-day winning streak.
Okay, so is that the best winner streak?
That is the best.
Okay.
That is the best winning streak. I always highlight the highest winning streak, and the winning streak from yesterday is no longer. So that person is out. It was Rick J. He was on 11 days, just as a reminder for Rick.
You're going to say Rick James.
Rick J. It just might be that, right? Rick James in the house trading the express funded account. Jesse W. Okay. Yeah. Steven Tyler, the boys up here in Boston. I guess they're doing one more farewell tour. Is this their fourth or fifth farewell tour?
They canceled it. His voice is shot.
Okay. So they should have stopped when they did a farewell tour last time.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We got it. Okay, individual trader stats. I know we like to see these and highlight a few. Topping this off is Alberto. Alberto is the previous P&L, which again we were working on this graphic. We will get the yesterday's P&L up there. Was $2,880 for Alberto P. You can see at the top. These are all express funded accounts as well. Excuse me. The interesting thing with Alberto is he's trading micros. He's trading the MNQ. That's really something. $2,800 for the previous day P&L trading micros.
That's huge.
Yeah. The average winning trade being $25 and the average losing trade being $3. That's quite an accomplishment. It seems like there should be more trades, but there really wasn't. There's 130 trades on the day. But when you're trading micros, that's what you tend to do. You can get in and out of those, and there's not a long holds there. You can add a little bit more, add one more, take one off, add one more, and that's kind of what you do with it. Note that this is a 150K account that he's using, so that you can stack up those micros and it goes right along with it. But when you do that, stack those up, in and out, 130 trades, 129 to be exact, and you have an 89% win rate for $25 a piece per contract. This is what you end up with. It's a beautiful thing. $2,400 yesterday just in the micros. There was a couple of one of the instrument that was in there is trading, but that is unbelievable. Alberto, talk about keeping your risk small. It's a great win-loss ratio on there also. Where is it? Sorry, I changed screens. The win-loss ratio is 8.4 to 1. So that's unbelievable. You do that with almost a 90% win rate. Yeah, we have so many different ways to get there. That's why I like looking at these stats. Is there's so many ways. Like, wow, look at these two traders. This is what they traded. This is how they did it. How long they held for. Percentages are different, and walk away with the same P&L. It just what's good for you works for you, and that's what you should stick with. Okay, moving on briefly, we have Dakota A. Dakota A is trading the NQ, not the MNQ, so there's a stark difference there. Only 5 trades on the NQ for Dakota A. $1,200 P&L yesterday. A 3-to-1 win-loss ratio. Unbelievable. This is what we like to see, right? 554.
Always happy to see that.
2-to-1 or better, right, Hoag? Isn't that what we look for? 2-to-1 or better.
I don't even bother if I don't see that.
And that's a 3-to-1 ratio with a 60% win rate. That's what we like to see. Congratulations. Yeah, average daily profit of $1,000 a day. How do you do that? Imagine that $1,000 a day for clicking a few buttons 5 times, 5 trades. Way to go, Dakota, on the board. Rounding things out, we have David T, trader stat here. Average winning trade of 201, average losing trade of 253. This is an inverse, right? The loser is a little bit bigger than the winner, not by a lot, but it's under a 1-to-1 ratio. But the winning percentage, 70%. That's how you do it. If you're going to have an inverse ratio of winners and losers, you got to get that higher win rate.
A higher win rate.
Everybody's doing it. All these funded traders are doing it. Fabulous job. Nice way to round off the week. Celebrate for the weekend. It's not easy. You should go out and enjoy this. Absolutely. So speaking of that, we look at everyone's favorite stat. You can keep that graphic up. That would be wonderful. Everyone's favorite stat is the number of funded traders. I said it earlier in the week. I'll say it again. We were going to surpass last week. Funded traders. This is who passed the combine, moved to funded. Last week we had 1198. This week we're at 1227 for the week. That's not including today because we need to let the trade reports go. So 4 days trading last week, 1198. 4 days so far this week, 1227. So we are definitely up. Excellent. Excellent. A
lot of good traders out there.
A lot of good traders out there.
Week over week growth. Yes, sir.
And we have the final one here. This is a stat that I wanted to put out because I looked at yesterday, and in case the traders were here, we looked at the last month's winning traders versus losing traders ratios with the graphic you see on the screen now. And I said, you know what? Let me look back for the first half of the year. Well, if you recall, we changed to the 1-step-1 rule in July. This does include July because I wanted to take the whole 6 months, so it's a slight bit skewed. And when you see July pop in there, we have a little more winning traders, but I put it all in one. We're going to average it out. January to July 31st, the first 6 months. This is what we're looking at. In the combine, average winning trade, 318. We know we like these graphics right here. Look at these win-loss ratios. They are almost the same. This is the 6 months. Every trader in Topstep, combine, express funded, live funded, we're all at a 2-to-1 win-loss ratio. Those are for the winning traders. It just goes to show you. Yeah.
In futures, they say the 2-to-1s is the typical winning strategy on if you look it up, do a chat GBT. You guys see here that the average winner, these aren't $30,000 average winners. This is bang it out, chip it out, jab, 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 base hits win ball games. We talk about it all the time. We're giving you a peek behind the curtain. So if you guys don't think that you can come in here and put yourself in a position that these other traders have, this is not magic putting up $300 a day. It does take work consistently doing it on an average winner, and then keeping your average losers low at the 168. That takes work. But a 1.9 win-loss ratio, and you're talking about average winner 318 and 168, you're passing the combine. Boom, you passed. You got a certificate. You can tell mom and dad and babysitter, all that kind of great stuff that hey, I learned risk management. Now you at the funded level, look at the same, just do it over. Keep doing it. And then when you get pulled up live, those folks do a lot more. So something to think about as a little progression here on your journey here at Topstep to become a funded trader, to become a Topstep trader, is to keep putting that up and to put up these stats. These are kind of, we're trying to show you guys, these are stats that people do to keep moving themselves down the field or down to the end of the rainbow, if you want to call it, to live trading.
Exactly, Michael, you hit that right on the head. We see it time and time again. This is why we have risk managers. This is why we have the consistency target, right? That shrunk down. It used to be 5 days, right? We kind of backed that down, following the herd of what are you looking for. This is why, folks, the stats don't lie. Everyone, Combine, Express, Live Funded, they're all, look at the winning trade. The average winning trade, 581. Average.
Yeah, solid.
Right, it is totally solid. So when we see these days where, like, hey, putting up $2,000 a day is great, $3,000 a day is great. Maybe you lost $2,000 the next day and lost the account, right? Slow, steady progression. That's what all these are. That's why I wanted to go back with this stat. Round out the week, giving you the entire 6 months of everyone in Topstep. There it is. Screenshot it, save it, pin it to your monitor. Slow and steady wins the race. We say 2-0 win rate all the time. Keeping the losers short, small, average losing trade all the time. There it is. Black and white and yellow and light blue. Have a good weekend, everybody. Yeah.
Hey, wait, before you go. I got one for you, Rob.
Uh-oh, enlighten me, sir.
Here, this one's going to put a big question mark over everybody's head. Check this out. Did you know there's more stars than all the grains of sand on Earth?
Wow.
I mean, yes, really? I do, because I do. I agree. The universe doesn't quit. They just put a new satellite out there and it says, "Oh yeah, it's going even further, guys." So back when I was a kid, Eddie, I'm like, whoa. But now I'm like, yeah.
Wow, I mean that's a lot of sand.
That's a lot of sand. That's a lot of stars. Universe is a big place, and when we were growing up, I'm sorry that we lost Pluto as a planet. I think it's still it's a moon. I still think it's a planet, but that's okay.
Well, Dan Trader says, "Yeah, everybody knows that." Oh, all right.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Trade well. We say we always trade for tomorrow, but we always trade for Monday as well.
Ooh, there you go. Dan Trader, you've been noted. I've got you on my list now, buddy.
Are you guys going to extend the sale for those you're waiting for Trade of 8? Gary said that one. I don't know if the sale's going on right now, but it's the lowest, best price Topstep's ever had. That hasn't changed since July 2nd when we launched. That's a question. I had another question in here while he was talking about XFA, and if I trade, why can't my micros and minis match? We've had that question so many times, guys. Our system just honestly, our trade reports, when they process, they don't have that configured, and we have to rewrite some things. It's on our to-do list, but our to-do list has been more pressing on some of the more get some of these platforms, get some of the scalability and stuff fixed. But yeah, micros and minis, the equivalent. To have one micro on, should be 10 minis, or one mini on, I should have 10 micros.
Right.
Yeah, we're working in that direction.
Matching. I have a hard time matching my socks.
In the queue.
So.
So yeah.
Hey, we've got the quiz coming up. Jack, as you can see here, it's join us. Today's Friday, and wouldn't you like to win a 1968 Corvair? Well, that's not one of the prizes. You're going to have to find another contest. But we're giving away 150K trading combine. We're giving away 100K combine, and we're giving away a 50K combine for the first, second, and third. And Jack, are we giving away the booby prize too? 250Ks for those that are nowhere near the top.
The booby prize?
Yes, the 250K combines?
Yes. I was confused by the term. Yes, we will be giving away the two random. How this will work is, this is your first time. I dropped the link a few times. Go to kahoot.it. That is your game pin you enter. All right. As far as the random, when the quiz is over, we'll take a 2-minute coffee break while I fire up the spreadsheets, and then we will select the 2 random winners.
Right.
So I'll go back to the charts now so you guys can bid adieu, and then I will leave this screen up for a few minutes. Hoag's going to be joining me today for the quiz.
Wow.
I apologize.
Bonnie and Alyssa just
I think they...
headers.
Well, Bethany is still living in an RV, and Bonnie and Alyssa, I think, have fled for parts unknown. So today we'll have to deal with Hoag.
Okay.
He's just as pretty. He's just as pretty.
Nah.
Oh, stop. Stop. All right. Okay, so after Top Quiz, that's going to be it for us here at Topstep TV. We want to make sure that you join us back here Monday. We've got group coaching with John Hoagland. It's your day Monday. Jack, do we have anybody else, a special guest?
Yes, we do.
I am glad that you asked, Eddie.
Yes, who do we
got?
got?
The calendar, but specifically on Tuesday at 11 a.m., Jared Tendler will be joining us.
Yes.
Hoag's got the book to do
The
trading
mental game of
psychology.
trading.
I will drop a form on Monday into the chat here a few times where you can submit questions in advance for Jared if you'd like them answered.
You know, John, that book cover, it looks like a Jamaican bomb pop. Let's see that picture again.
Yeah,
I want a
it's
bomb
like
pop now.
It's like a silhouette of somebody's head with
okay.
Charts in the
bomb
middle
pop.
of it. It's
Yo, man.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Everything I read.
All right. Speaking of Yaman, Michael's got to get his Yaman out of here. So I got to go.
Brother.
I appreciate
Have
it.
a good weekend.
This is
Have a nice weekend.
Fun week with you gentlemen here, and fun week with everybody in the Top Step community, both on YouTube chat and Discord. Do check out Top Step's Discord because you can find a trading buddy in there. Like I said, I'm not sharing mine unless they kick me out of their club, Eddie and Hope. But yeah, I'll see you guys. You guys have a great weekend.
You too,
I
man.
enjoyed it.
You
Thanks.
too. Blessings, everyone.
All right. Take care.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Top Quiz. Today, I am joined by John Hoagland. Hoag, you've already said how you're doing. You've been on for 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, and we always have better guests, I think, for this Top Step quiz. But you're stuck with me today.
That's fun. I applaud anyone that's willing to come on. I'm sorry in advance. It's not easy to get all these questions, but we'll see what you do. As said earlier, the prizes are to the winner, 150K combine, 100K combine to second, 50K to third. 2 random winners will get 50K combines. If you have won before, your prize will be a reset. Now, we have some first timers here. How this quiz works, it's 8 multiple choice questions with 4 options each. You want to answer them right, and you want to answer them ideally as quickly as possible. You get more points for answering quickly. What else? I go through this every day, Hoag.
I know nothing, so you're all going to beat me.
Okay, we'll see about that. Also, most importantly, there's an 8-second delay or thereabouts between us talking live and you guys hearing it on YouTube. When I press the button here is when the questions go live. So you want to watch for your device. The questions are going to start popping up shortly. Okay? And then Hoag and I will talk about it. Hoag, if you know the answer, hold off until the timer. Yeah, well, wait until the timer's almost out.
Got it.
All right. With that, let's go over here and see what's happening. Okay. I got to cut it somewhere. It's always a scrum at the end.
Coming in.
J Scruff. We got IE 1924. Were they born in 1294? That would be pretty old. VD28, Radio Flyer. Okay, who's going to be last? Because I'm going to hit this button soon. If you don't get in, we do this every weekday. Go Stizzy.
270, and that's it.
Prof Trader. All right. I am going to cut it off right about Trader 1 is going to be the last person in there. And let's get this started. Hoag, your first question. I always do that too early.
2, 1.
The title of today's YouTube video, this broadcast you're watching, contains a quote from what famous film? Is it Fight Club, Any Given Sunday, Monty Python, The Holy Grail, or Blazing Saddles? Do that voodoo that you do so well. You know that one?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
I do. It is Blazing Saddles.
You are 1 for 1. Yes, excellent quote. That was for the triple witching, something spooky, some voodoo that
you do so well.
All right, after 1, we got True. Got the correct answer.
Quick to the punch there, True. Pretty quick to the punch. That's good numbers.
Richie Trader, Money Grows Green, and thank you. All right, second question. Okay, checking the YouTube to make sure that I'm not... I have to check that from time to time, Hoag, to make sure that I'm not getting flamed for doing something stupid on this end. All right. Which of these famous composers is from Poland? There's always one spelling error. Composers from Poland. Is it Claude Debussy, Franz Liszt, Frédéric Chopin, or Bela Bartok?
Pretty sure I know this one, too.
Yeah,
but I have to wait. I can't say.
You can say it now. You can say it now.
It's bursting inside of me. Chopin.
It is indeed Frédéric Chopin. Very nice there. See, I'm making these a little bit earlier. Sorry, not earlier, easier. I'm trying to read at the same time I talk.
Oh, and I'm thinking I'm a genius because I'm getting all these, but you made them easier.
No, they'll get harder. And I think the next...
You took it easy on me.
I think the next question is the one that I feel bad for you in advance because it's going to put maybe you on the spot. Let's see. Question 3. Well, first we got to see Jason, Robot, Richie Trader, Orchid, and Dylan with an H. All right. Next question. Which of these products did legendary Billy Mays not promote on television? OxyClean, Orange Glow, Slap Chop, or Kaboom? Billy Mays here, if only in spirit. You know this?
Going with Kaboom.
Well, the streak is broken. It's the slap chop was the other guy who's not Billy Mays. Yeah, everything else, R.I.P. Billy Mays, a hero to us all. All right.
I'm still thinking about the Popeil pocket fisherman.
Ooh, that sounds fun. You know, my dad went through a phase where he would like purchase stuff on TV at night. Someone mentioned the shake weight earlier. My dad unironically purchased a shake weight. He got a few ab contraptions along the way. It was very out of character for him because you wouldn't think it if you met him. All right. Orchid, Dog Ryan, and CL Trader are in the top 3 spots. Hoag, you're 2 for 3. Let's see this next question. Oh, yeah. Evaluate this phrase here. I don't know if you can see it, Hoag. 16, 52, 102, or please God kill me.
I'm going with number 4, please God kill me.
I thought you might, Hoag. You don't need the math to be a trader. I figured this one might be. Yes, some of you evaluated that right. Most of you, as a matter of fact, picked 52. But Hoag, I'll give you partial credit for
I was going to say 52, but I'm sometimes a little bit dyslexic, especially when numbers come involved, which is kind of goofy. But so I wasn't able to kind of visualize that in my head and then actually come up with a number.
What I was so worried about is I wrote this last night. All right. Had a glass of wine or something like that. I looked at this 5 or 6 times to make damn sure that I had the right answer, because that would be so embarrassing if I had the wrong answer here. All right. Next up is the scoreboard. Orchid, CL Trader, and Top Boo. Top Boo. Wonder what that's all about. Yeah. Okay.
I'm running 50% here. I'm not doing that well here, Jack.
Usually our guests get about 3 right because the questions are all over the place. Now, I want to know where Joe Poos went. Yesterday there was a contestant who came in last whose name was Joe Poos. I've been thinking about that. I hope he's doing well, he or she, but let's be honest, it's a he that did that. Okay, next question. Which of these performers was not in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer? Kenneth Branagh, Tom Hardy, Robert Downey Jr., or Florence Pugh? Have you seen that, Hoag?
No.
So it's a good flick. It's a long one, but there's a ton of actors and actresses that you will recognize, mostly actors.
I'll just pick Tom Hardy because I have no idea.
You are correct.
Oh, wow.
Tom Hardy's Tom Hardy is in most, it feels like, of Christopher Nolan's movie, but not in this one. Okay, let's check the scoreboard. Orchid, Dylan, and Crew, Tacoma 95, and I McCoy. Let me check here. Some people on a roll. Reading the YouTube comments. Okay, I haven't done anything to F this up yet. That's good. Okay, doke. Question number 6. Melissa McCarthy has revealed that she based her Oscar-nominated role in Bridesmaid on what male celebrity? Is it Guy Fieri, Tom Cruise, John Candy, or Pee Wee Herman? You've seen Bridesmaids, right?
Yes, and I'm trying to think. It's got to be John Candy.
It is Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You watch Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives?
I've seen it a few times, you know.
It's a good thing to have on in the background while you're doing something else.
Yeah.
Basically, he's very nice to those places, too.
He is. He always likes it.
And which is good because it gives him the marketing. But at the same time, I feel at a lot of those places, because you see them make it. And I'm thinking, God, that looks awful.
Sometimes simple is good.
Yeah, sometimes simple's good. See, I didn't name them. I'm not going to shame any companies here. Companies. I don't think a diner's a company.
Diners.
All right. Orchids is a trivia wizard. Okay. 2 more questions to take us home. What U.S. city was the first to host an Olympic Games? Was it New York, St. Louis, Los Angeles, or Atlanta? Any thoughts, Og?
New York.
This one shocked me. It's St. Louis.
Really?
Yes. I feel, I guess, worse now about Chicago getting snubbed for the Olympics now that I know St. Louis, of all places, held one.
Well, it is the gateway to the West. I thought I got stuck on Lake Placid, New York, so that's why I picked New York. I remember that one. So,
yeah, big hockey game in that. Okie dokie. Let's see what the scoreboard. Hoag, with 3, you have a chance to maybe win this week.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Saying there's a chance. Crew, Orchid, Bashy, Dylan, Eddie. I don't know if that's Eddie Horn. I don't think it's probably Eddie Horn. Okay. Ready for this last question?
Ready as I'll ever be, Jack.
A Chicago handshake is a cocktail consisting of a can of old-style beer and a shot of what? Is it Fireball, Rumpelminz, Malort, or Jägermeister? My R got cut off. Damn, I got to read these closer. Any ideas here, Hoag?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
You can say it now because of the delay.
Malort.
It is indeed everyone's favorite Wormwood distilled aperitif in Chicago. It was voted many times the worst tasting liquor on earth, but it gained a cult following. It's a huge thing in Chicago now. Oh, you've had Malort, right?
I once. Why would I do that when there's so many good bourbons out there?
How would you describe the taste?
Unique.
Unique. I would say the closest, I don't want to gross people out, but it almost tastes, it has notes of like earwax. Like that's what I feel like the taste kind of is. So go out and try it yourself sometime. See what your Malort face looks like.
Well, if you like Malort, I suggest go out and buy yourself a bottle of green chartreuse.
Yes.
It is just nothing but colored kerosene. It is the nastiest thing.
Yeah.
Some people actually like it, though.
Well, back in the day, the punishment trading shot was actually a shot of rail gin from a bar.
Oh.
So I'll take Malort over that. Let's see our winners for today. In third place, Bashy. In second place, Dylan with an H.
Dylan.
And our winner today is Orchid.
Orchid.
All right. Congratulations to you guys. Hoag, thank you for playing today.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Well, thanks for putting yourself out there. You got half them right, which is pretty good. So what I'm going to do now, guys and girls, I am going to switch to the charts and smooth jazz for just a minute or two while I get my spreadsheets in order here, and then we will use the random number generator live and pick our 2 random winners. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Hoag, any words of wisdom for the weekend?
Yes. Avoid the Malort. Have a nice weekend, everybody.
All right. I'll be back in like 1 to 2 minutes. See you then. All right, Hoag, we are back.
I'm still here.
Okay, let me see you guys out here real quick. Okay, let's do this. I hope you realize on my end, it takes a few minutes because I have to be careful about which tabs are open and stuff like that to avoid embarrassment and make sure that your emails aren't out there. But what we have on the screen right now is a list of all the usernames that answered at least one question right. I cut it off. You have to answer one question right just because otherwise everyone could enter a bunch of stuff. I want to make sure that you at least participated. Today we had Rick J. Good job. We had 246 people that got at least one question right here. So what I'm going to do is go over. One second. We are going to go over to share this tab instead. You're seeing my process in real time here.
There you go.
All right, there were 246. So what we're going to do is generate two random integers that are between 1 and 246 and then go back to the spreadsheet.
The first integer.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. The numbers are 226 and 134.
226 and 134.
134 is...
Play those on the pick 3 today.
There you go. Snipe is 134. What was the other one, Hoag? Oh, let me share this tab.
226.
226. So someone with one question probably right. 226 is Jafari 69. Nice
job.
Throwing that 69 on the end. Okay, those are our winners today. Let me just go back to this screen. These are winners for the competition. Let me check the YouTube real quick. If you are one of those two people, I will be emailing you this afternoon along with the winners. Congratulations to Dylan, Orchid, and Bashi. And with that, Hoag, it is time to end our time together for Topstep TV. And we'll be back Monday at 8 a.m.
It's been a hell of a week.
Oh, man, has it. I'm headed to Michigan. Going to try and get on the road this afternoon. It's going to be nice.
Hey, just have safe travels and enjoy. You deserve every minute of it. And you all deserve a fun, good weekend. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And say a prayer for peace while you're at it. And we'll see you Monday morning, 8 o'clock for the opening call. Jack, thank you for everything you do and everything you did all week. And go enjoy.
Thank you. Peace out, everyone. We'll see you Monday.